Hi, I'm Dr. Hi, I'm Dr. Elly. Wait, I do my last name. Sorry. Hi, I'm Dr. Elly Porisev.
I'm Dr. Crystal Wiggins.
And I'm Dr. Ashandra Batiste.
Fancy seeing you here. Sorry.
That's actually really good.
It's so good. It's fast.
I love it.
I like it.
Little midday wine. Kick off the weekend.
Evening. I don't know what you're talking about. It's nighttime here at Memorial Hearing Studios, not during the workday whatsoever.
I see the malpractice lawsuits just filing in.
Hey, we're not seeing any patients today. Strictly filming.
It should be a Saturday midday.
Yeah.
Or a Sunday midday.
That's right. Nobody
Or
knows.
a holiday
Right.
midday.
We'll release this on a Sunday.
Regardless,
There you
it is a
go.
midday.
There you go.
So
I'm a gangster.
I want to address how we met.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, how we met and versus how we, okay.
So I think how we met,
I know how we
according
met.
to Married to Medicine,
Yeah.
was that we both went to UT.
Oh, yeah, that's
In
right.
Austin.
So here's real talk, guys, because we can say whatever we want now because the show's not on anymore. Chandra and I were on Married to Medicine on Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
And so they like to have, like, backstories on people.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're real, and sometimes they're not. So I was supposed to have known Rachel for 5 years and Ashandra.
That was 5 years?
Yeah, so then during the show,
I will forever love that picture, though.
It's a good picture.
It's
a good picture.
It's a great picture.
And just want to remind everybody, I made the coveted middle spot.
Yes.
I was like, we're all waiting. Drum roll, please.
Well, like, they really couldn't have put me as the only black girl in the middle
Actually, you really should have been. That would have been like,
You're too tall, too.
it would have looked good.
No, not really. I look taller than I am because of the outfit and the shoes, but, like, in real life, I'm not. Me and Erica are not the same height.
Yeah,
So, like, they just kind of played a little bit with, like,
It's
illusions
weird.
and stuff, but, like, it would have been like, what? Like, why am I? I would
Yeah.
have been like, what?
It's weird how they do it. When we went to film those promo photos and videos, like, everything was separate. It was a whole day worth of stuff, videos and photos, and then they make you take this angle, middle, and then they decide how they're gonna
Put it
impose
together?
everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
See, we weren't in the same room at
we
all.
were not
for
in the
this.
same room. Yeah,
What? No,
yeah.
no, none of that.
We had
promo
different
stuff.
times. It was, you know,
We were all there
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like a shitty hotel?
yeah. It was in Dallas. The Bell.
And I left.
It's because it was like the 70s like theme, and it was like shitty. I'll never forget Monica. She's like, I'm going to a different hotel. You must have done it too then.
Yeah.
We stuck it. Me, Rachel, and Peggy stayed in the same room, I
It
think.
was terrible. It was
Yeah.
like off of like, you know, what's one of the like crime shows?
season
like
one
CSI.
budget. Season one budget. we didn't make it to season 2.
First 48, like
Never-
first,
absolutely.
first
We
one-
were,
oh.
It was gonna be like special victims straight up. I was
Yeah,
like-
it was
I
pretty
like,
bad.
She's
right.
Really?
No,
Oh my
for
goodness.
real.
And it's not like we're just being bougie about it. It was just not good.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
was like,
you
I was
could have
like,
just
man,
put us up in a Hampton Suites, and I would have been better with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's still a clean, like, but it was like a theme. It was like some
It was like-
retro.
No, it was like serial killer thing.
Yeah. Retro serial killer.
Yeah, 1970s serial
Yeah.
killer theme.
Son of Sand.
So yeah, that's
Yeah, it
Dallas.
was terrible.
Just kidding, Dallas.
But how we really met was I don't even remember. You remember?
But
the first
we
time
met before that we filmed to get to know each other, the cast of the show together. But yeah, everybody had like you've already known each other for this long. So then during filming, I was like, we're supposed to have known each other for 5 years already. You can't ask me that question. And then one of the producers would go, "Are you a producer?"
Oh,
and I'd
wow.
go, "No." They're like, "Then take your Tiffany." She'd always like, "Take your producer hat off." Then I'm like.
It's okay,
Yeah,
you're
we
one
met,
now.
like, I don't know exactly what day it was
I don't
that we
remember
met.
all those
but
details.
We hit it off really well. Myself, and of course my sister was on the show, and then Rachel and Ashandra. We hit it off like we were like
Instantaneously.
instantaneous,
Yeah,
like instant good friends.
Yeah.
And it so
Real good friends.
Really fun for us to film. Once we started to film together, we had fun with it, and we naturally just wanted to be together more, film together more, and hang out
Absolutely.
together more.
Oh, good.
And we hung out all the time when we weren't filming. It was just fun.
It was fun. I would do it again.
Oh yeah, I mean honestly, I think I only wish we got a second. Okay, in the middle of it, I think we all were like tired of it, and then wouldn't you agree? Like,
I mean, I was tired, but I still was enjoying myself. I think that there is something that when you're a part of something like this, like you can't. I'm never gonna be as busy as the show made me be.
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
Like
Wow.
you're like going to things that I wouldn't have naturally gone
Yes.
to. Like there's no way I would have ever celebrated. Was that Holy?
Holy.
I would have
Yeah,
never celebrated that.
Holy,
Like there are things that like I
Indian-
was
Yes,
doing
holiday.
that I wouldn't have done
Yeah.
on a random Saturday, right?
Right.
Like
Mhm.
my
So you went
days
to-
aren't just that full. They are, but not with things that I wouldn't naturally do.
Right.
So I think that that's what I kind of got.
Like,
Miss
it's
that?
cool in the sense of like I went
Yeah.
to charity events that I normally wouldn't have gone to, or let's say even say not being invited to.
Yeah,
but
not even would have been necessarily invited to them for
right,
sure.
right. So it was like annoying but cool at the
Cool
same
at the same
time.
time.
And but then we would just
So
get
worth it. So it's
It-
worth it, right?
Oh no, it was like
was a good
I would never
experience.
take it back. Like it was
Oh,
a
good.
great experience. I do value like what the show did and how it changed my life and my business life and like
Tell
all
me,
that stuff.
tell me more about that. How did it change your life?
Well, so I mean, I was kind of still new in practice. I feel like
Yeah.
I was only like 4.
Yeah.
So I will have owned my practice 10 years in September.
Congrats.
and that was like 5 years
Yeah.
ago.
That was
Congrats.
5 years ago.
Yeah, so you're probably like 4 years in.
Right, I was like 4 years in, and anybody who there's some businesses that take off and they just like,
Yeah.
but most of us like you take off and you do really good, and then you hit like this. I'm too good
Coasting?
for like learning and getting better, and you're just making all this money that you've never seen before.
Comfortable.
Yeah, and then you like hit either a wall and you slide, which is what I did. I hit a wall, and it was like, I mean, not even a wall, like jumped off a cliff. Or you like kind of coast and you're like, my expenses are going up, but I don't know how to manage the expenses, and but my income's better, but my like
Yeah.
Gotcha.
hit this like learning curve like 2 or 3 years in. So I'm like, it took my practice from the cliff to so it's in just a completely different
Yeah,
place.
because people
Awesome.
like are literally we're more Googleable. Our names
Yes,
are now
that's true.
associated with NBC, Bravo. You put in dentist or audiologist, and
Houston.
and
Boom.
it's easier. Like that's the number one
Yeah.
reason I did it. I was like, I'm on national TV, and not only is it free, but I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
Sure.
And let's
You know
not
what I mean?
forget about that Wikipedia page.
Yeah. Now we're on Wikipedia.
I don't even know if I've never even looked to see if I have a Wikipedia
Yeah.
page.
Well, we're part of a Wikipedia.
We're part of the Wikipedia
Yeah.
Medicine Houston
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So, and we have
That
an
is
IM. We have an
hilarious.
IM.
Look, there you
I
are.
do. So you must
There
do
you-
IMDb.
that is
IMDb. Yeah.
hilarious. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So
I didn't even know that. Shut your freaking hole.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell people that now. I'm gonna put that part of my bio on Instagram.
Wikipedia approved.
Wikipedia approved me. It's all lies, but it's fine.
It's cool though. It's cool because here's the funny. My
hilarious.
patients will go, "Well, I googled you," and I know where
Yes.
they're going with this. They'll go, "Oh, you're my doctor, so I wanted to kind of Google you before I came in here." And it says, and I go, that I'm a TV actor because if you put in Ellie Porter,
Yeah.
the first thing it says is TV actor.
Really?
Yes.
That's
it's so
hilarious.
funny, and I was like, I was on a TV show. It's a long story.
And it feels like it was a long time ago
Yeah.
to me. Like for me, like when people bring it up, I'm like, bruh, like whoever you saw me as 5 years ago, like I'm a better version of that. But like I have another kid.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm in
it's still who you are.
space,
You are
like-
still that person. You're still jovial. You're
Yeah,
still
yeah.
like very
Still all those things.
happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's me. That is definitely
With a
that is-
5-star rating.
That's the first thing that popped up
Okay.
when I Googled you.
Yes.
What
As
came
it
up?
should be.
What
Good
came
job,
up?
marketing guy.
Yeah.
My office.
Tell
So-
us the name of your office.
So my office is Elite Dental Wellness. We're located like a mile and a half west of the Galleria, which is
Good
a
spot.
gift and a curse.
Yeah.
For
so
me.
you're right off Westheimer, right?
Yeah. My address is a Westheimer address, and
Good.
I love
Major
that.
streets.
Yes,
yeah.
major
Yeah,
So I
if
try
you're
to be
from
right off
Houston,
freeway.
yeah.
I mean, off Katy Freeway or like a major street like that is
Yeah.
a big deal rather than like
Yeah.
Joe Schmo Road.
When you say
Right.
Kirby, Westheimer,
Right.
like people are like, I know where those
They know
places
where they are.
You say Post Oak, people are like, I know where that is. So being off of Westheimer was an important thing for me. We've been in this location. It's going to be 5 years in September. I'm sorry, 5 years in December that we moved from my old location.
How long was your lease?
10 years.
Oh, okay.
And I need to expand, but I'd rather just buy the building.
Second. That's my dream.
Yeah.
See, can you do
awesome.
that?
I want.
I know. I want to do it so bad.
I don't know how many things I will have to sell. To buy the
Honestly, I
building.
looked at the building right across the street,
Yeah.
which is now being taken over by Zone de Erotica. I was devastated. You know, when I was like, who's going to get this? Because it was $2.2 million, and it was like 12,000,
not
16,000 square feet. You get the parking
bad.
spot, you get
Not bad at all.
the building behind it, and I was
Wow.
like, but it was molded out completely. And to white box it, an architect said it was going to be $500,000 minimum, not to include all the other stuff. So that's millions of dollars, which obviously I didn't have at the time. I can't say I have it even now.
Right,
So
right.
that being said, I didn't get that, but I was like, my dream is to own the building that I'm in, so that it makes more sense. So I just was like, who's going to get this building? And then I
Yeah.
found out that Simone de Smarotica was moving from Galleria area because it was just this eyesore. And I was like, oh, yeah, good, get rid of that.
Yeah.
And then
Now
it's
it's
right here. And
Now
that's
it's
there.
your eyesore.
My eyesore, not only that, the building that I literally like wished I could have had.
Sure.
So it's like this is a slap in my face.
It's okay.
It
but
is.
you know,
There's better, bigger and better to
There's got to
come.
be people there's people that walk in there all the time that may need you, friend. So just know
That's
that,
right.
Like, however you can advertise over there, that'd be great.
Come see me.
Right,
Yeah.
right, you're cheating.
Screaming.
Right.
You have to check your hearing.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Or if you want to hear what you're watching, there you
Call me the earmuffs.
So what did the path to dentistry look like for you? Like as a young girl, were you from Houston?
I'm from Missouri City, Texas. I'm
Mo City?
considered a Mo City pretty. That's what they call me. Or they call us. It's a bunch of us. You have to be inducted by another Mo City pretty. You just can't call yourself one.
Okay. So you've been inducted, I'm
Yeah,
assuming. Clearly. She's very humble.
Yes.
I am.
And confident. I like it. High five.
all the women from Mo City will be like, yes, Mo City pretties. We will agree with that. It is. Yeah, somebody took the name on Twitter and like Instagram.
Oh,
and
no.
I do believe that she's a Mo City pretty. So
She
I'm
is
happy
pretty.
about that. Yeah, absolutely. Duh.
It's pretty.
Duh.
I like it.
So I'm from Missouri City. I've been wanting to be a dentist since I was 11. So
Wow. See?
Do you remember like what pivotal moment it was for you? That
yeah, I hit the
That's
bottom of the
awesome.
pool at a swim meet and cracked my 2 front teeth, and here we are. What's it?
So like you were like
30
going to
years
dentist
later.
a million times and dealing
No,
with
just
that?
once. I hit the bottom of the pool, and they called in, for emergency, and I had my mom was like one of those like
What a interesting
go to the
story.
dentist.
blessing.
Like I've been going to the dentist since you're supposed to go to
Right.
the dentist, and so they came in to see me, and my mom actually worked in the OR with my pediatric dentist. So my mom was a registered nurse, and so she knew him, and so they were like emergency. She broke her
Yeah.
front teeth, and boom, and
Connections.
yeah, and he
Yeah.
came in. It was an off day, so he came in on his off day to fix me up, and I was like, that seems like a pretty cool thing. And so since then,
Wow.
yeah,
That is
literally.
really neat.
That's
I didn't know
a
this
beautiful
story.
story. Yeah.
yeah.
What a
Not
what a
cracking
blessing in
of the
disguise.
teeth, but yes.
But it's a
Yeah,
blessing in
yeah,
disguise.
the crack-
You have your like everybody has their like hers was really interesting too.
What was yours?
Well, remember you for
Yeah,
audiology?
right before. So the summer before I started 9th grade, my mom said, "You're going to be in all these advanced classes. You need to figure out what you're going to do. What do you want to do with your life?" So I started looking into interpreting, and I was like, something happens to your hands.
Okay.
And then I found audiology. So since then, I've wanted to be an audiologist.
No, second grade.
Oh, the second grade, all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, so anywho, Raha, when I was in the 2nd grade, an educator of the deaf came to my class, introduced us to sign language, and I continued to do sign language up until that 8th grade point.
Got it. Got it.
So that's the beginning of the story.
So
yeah.
you like
It's like the seed was planted.
right,
Yes,
right.
the
So
seed
you were like, "Ooh,
Yes.
sign language. This is cool." And
Yeah.
then, so do you still sign right now?
A little bit.
Oh, that's cool.
I sign.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's all I know.
I love that part.
What do you know?
Everything.
Nothing.
She knows.
Later.
You see?
You would probably be a good language for you to learn.
I try, but you know, we don't deal with the deaf very much.
Right.
We deal with
We
the hard
help
of
'em.
hearing.
Yeah.
So I took at UT. ASL was one of the biggest classes that you could take.
Yeah.
The most like everybody wanted it, whether you were doing what we're doing or not. And I couldn't every semester. I don't know if you remember because Ashandra went to University of Texas as well. But remember, I had to
I had to call in big text. Yeah.
Every time I called the big text line, it would say like, "Done. Class is full. Class is full." And I was like, so I ended up going after class to church that taught ASL.
Yeah. Oh wow!
And I did it for like a couple of semesters on my own.
that's awesome.
But then I never got to practice because there's never a time. We hardly deal with people that are
are
deaf.
just
Right.
deaf.
Yeah, because most likely they're not going. I mean, there are deaf people who wear hearing aids, but either
Do you want to delve into that a little bit? Do you want to delve into that in a little bit?
You can. I don't.
No. Okay. Moving on. So we
how
help
are you
people
deaf
hear
and
better.
wear hearing aids?
So it helps them like with
Sound
awareness. Yeah, let's say like
Ambulance
But
coming by.
isn't that whole part of their ear that transmits sound to their brain gone if you're
it's not
truly
that it's
deaf?
gone. That it's like it's for example, it would need 100 decibels of that volume to hear something.
Yeah.
So if I could hear it
So
at
is it
10
more
dB,
vibrations than sound?
sometimes things like that. Yeah, it still helps.
So it's rattling the ear.
Or
bone.
they'll wear a cochlear implant, which you can be a
Yeah.
cochlear implant audiologist. But even then, your primary goal is to help hear and not focus on signing as much.
Got it.
Yeah, it's a huge debate.
Yeah, there's
huge.
there's drama behind it. That's why I
It's
was
a
like,
lot of drama.
I don't know if I want to delve into
That's why I said.
that
That's
now.
why I was like, do
Next-
you?
next podcast.
Next, yes,
Got
next
it.
podcast.
Okay.
To be continued.
Okay. All right. Makes sense. No problem. Just wondering. You know.
Yeah, but people always, I don't know if they ask you, but I mean, your patients probably don't get a chance to talk very much. I've really gotten good at this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you heard the commercial? Do you have XM radio? There's a commercial that's always on XM radio, and it's like, oh, and I'm like, what? And then the dentist says, she said, I want. You know, so
Always
I
catch it
haven't
with
heard
his
that
dad.
one. I haven't heard that one.
It's funny.
No, I haven't
But
heard that one.
yeah, so our patients.
Who listens to AM radio?
Okay, XM.
XM radio, seriously. Someone needs a hearing test.
I was like, dang, Grandma.
But any hoodle, ha ha ha, who are you?
Yes.
Who pays for XM radio anymore?
I negotiated. You want to know how much I pay?
Yeah.
I call every 1 week before it cancels every year.
Yeah.
I have a reminder
Yeah.
on my calendar says reminder, and it says Ellie, do the following. It's like I tell my future self what to do. I'm such a dork like this.
No,
I'm like,
no.
Hi, I'm ready to cancel.
Yeah.
And they're like, we can renegotiate. I'm like, what do you got? And this year I was prepared to pay the 120 because it's normally like 250. So
Yeah.
last year I paid 120, and it was like, fine, we'll keep you at 60. I was like, 60?
Yep. No problem.
Yeah. And I go, wait a minute, is
Dang.
this the same one with all the stations?
Stations.
The same stations? Not like a limited selection, the same. I was like,
Because they will give you that
and then I
limited on
updated
the
my thing for next year.
next year. Reminder.
So it's not bad.
Ellie.
XM's going to see this and cut your stuff off.
I mean,
Absolutely.
then I
They
don't care.
will
If you're going to
not.
change me to 249, I will cancel. And then I'll call back again and try to get the problem. Hey,
I know I'm paying way more than 60. I know for
Oh, yeah,
a
but
fact.
yeah, it's-
guaranteed.
Yeah. It's
Guaranteed.
normally $20 a month.
Yeah,
so it's
'cause I'm
like
paying like
200.
I mean, I pay
yeah.
like it all in full because I don't want like a
Yeah, they
whatever.
charge you.
Just, yeah.
And then they keep your card on file. That's
yeah,
why.
then they charge it. Yeah. If I had that.
No, no,
sort of-
it's a flat. I paid the whole thing. I paid a whopping $60 for this.
Oh,
But
must be
still.
nice. Must be
Gotta
nice.
love it.
I
That's one
love
of those
it.
things that I do every 6 months. I just cancel all my credit
He's-
cards and ask them to send me new ones,
really
just so
does
I can
do
be
that.
like, all right, Katy
He's like,
did that.
everything
Why are you still
gets
charging my
canceled.
card
Nobody
from
can charge me anything. I'm
4.5 years ago?
like,
So like every 6 months, I'll just call and be like, cancel.
But we have a wine club membership, and I was like, they're
Yeah.
going to cancel our wine club membership. Can you call them and fix the card?
Really?
please?
Do you like the wine club membership?
Yeah, it's in Katy. It's local. It's called the Cellar
Oh,
Door.
yes, the
Okay.
Cellar Door.
Awesome.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, we met at the Cellar
Shout
Door
out.
once
We
for dinner when I
did.
was
We
courting you.
did.
Okay.
That's the biggest
When I
perk.
didn't
That's the
know.
biggest perk for me to the Married to Medicine thing. The girl that works there knows Ellie from Married
yeah.
to Medicine.
Fangirls, they always
So
look
she'll
at
text us and be like, hey, the guys from Strapping Creek are coming in for a wine tasting. And Ellie'll be like, hey, she texts me like, the girls from Strapping Creek. I'm like, well, Strapping Creek, we're going.
Okay. Oh, you still getting
It's a
perks,
nice
girl?
place.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
few
Nice.
random perks still
I
happening.
love it.
Trickle effect.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, if there was a season 2.
Or 3.
Yeah.
We'd be on like season 4 by now.
We'd be on season, because we started the same time as Housewives of Dallas. and I want to say they're on season 5.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Hey,
We
but
would be.
you know something now that's changed since then, and I've been telling Ellie this is why we ended up doing this podcast, because I'm very manipulative and talked her into it. Like, you guys are interesting. I know y'all don't know this, but I'm not from y'all's circle of, I would say circle, doctors and women.
Sure.
But Ellie's introduced me to that world, and I'm it's so interesting. I have a daughter, right? So who the best types of role models for my daughter to look up to? This is more exciting, and actually more people see these two girls' social media. 39,000 followers, 500,000 followers on one social media account.
440
I'm
to
trying-
be exact.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's
But it was
unbelievable.
I'm going to do
One
it
post-
at
Like,
500K.
I literally can't believe that. That's so great.
One post, 25 million people watch this girl do her job.
That's unbelievable.
That's
saying, just
and
saying.
the highest one I just looked at it on Married to Medicine. The highest watch Married to Medicine was 532,000.
Like, it's just it's
Half a
really
million.
truly unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like what social media can
It is.
do. Like
It's crazy.
unbelievable. Yeah.
He's like, do you know, like, people pay how much money for a Super Bowl ad for,
Yes.
Yeah.
for 30 seconds, and
yes.
the same number of people or more are watching your 30 seconds? And I'm like,
Yes.
And you didn't pay for it.
Yeah.
Right?
And then, honestly,
right.
we can't even keep up. I had to pay these girls overtime last week. This morning, one of them bought us all breakfast. I was like, dang, breakfast? And she's like, yeah, girl, I got the overtime last week from working as much as I had to keep up with your damn email.
know, I
And she's
know.
like, our server broke down.
Yes,
Our server,
okay, yes.
Wow.
Our
Do
email
tell.
server, like, exploded. And then when I called the
Because of us.
company, domain.com, they were like, well, we had to, cut it because there
Yeah.
was a way influx of emails and it's spam. And I was like, it's not spam.
It's
we
how
went
people-
viral on TikTok, and you've
Yes.
got to give me my email back. And they're like, well, don't you
Was
think
it
it's kind of-
17,000 emails in one day?
No, it was
It was-
17,000. It was, I don't know.
It was
what
a lot, though. It was
But
a
we just
lot.
can't-
That's just unbelievable.
It's insane.
That is unbelievable. I mean, I'm so happy.
It's
for you.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's so great.
But you know, level of
She's so good
interesting,
at it,
you're just
too.
as interesting.
Yeah,
And
that's-
honestly, she's
I agree.
probably the most well-spoken person I've met in a long time.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about her. She's intimidating.
Thanks, Shan.
She will speak really, like, calm almost, and, like, I don't know, like the way she looks, like, yes, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like as many years I've known her, I got nervous. And then she'll make you feel good by laughing. You know?
You know what it is? It's confidence and facts.
Talent.
It's
Yeah,
confidence, and
yeah.
she knows it's
does
facts
it
too
very
when she
well.
says it.
She does it very well.
what my team finds it to be incredibly hilarious, and they try to figure out how to do this, right? Like any patient that's upset, things happen, right? Things
Yeah.
happen, and most of the time it's not on us,
Yeah.
right? Like you're late for your appointment,
Yeah.
Oh.
right? And
There
your
was somebody
Tell us
yesterday
about
canceled
it.
because I'm not gonna say what they do for a living, but they do something that requires them to travel.
Yeah.
And we made a policy where
Strict, right?
It's not a lot, but it's $50. It's not charging for what a really time lost is.
Yeah.
And then she yelled at them and she was like, "What? How is it my fault that my work changed my schedule?" And I'm like, "That's literally your fault. And how is it our
their
fault?"
fault.
Right.
You know
right.
what I mean?
Right.
Anyway, sorry,
right.
go ahead.
But that's the type of thing that
Yeah.
we deal with, and people
just crazy.
people just
We
don't
deal with
understand the value
Yeah.
of time, right? So
Right.
like my time is
I
just
wanna
as
know- yeah, I
valuable
want to know how you deal
as your time, right?
you
So
deal with it, to be
so
honest.
yeah, I think
Especially
all
in dentists,
people
because
deal
these
with it.
appointments are made 6 months in advance.
Yes.
So people
Yeah.
totally forget.
They totally
Yeah.
forget. They absolutely forget, right? And
deal
so
with this all the time.
yeah, we do.
Let's talk about
And
this.
so, like, we have a automated system that starts shooting out like
Yeah.
reminder text messages 2
Yes.
weeks before,
Good.
a week before, 2 days before, the day of.
How much more do you?
Correct. Right?
Yeah.
So at that point in time, when you don't show
Yeah.
or you're late
It's not
or
even your
whatever.
responsibility to remind them. Yet you have already taken
Correct.
all
Several
these
steps.
Several.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? So
Okay.
so the idea for me is that if you value me as I value you, right? And I'm like, right?
Because we're not putting 10 other people in your
Right,
spot.
right.
Right.
I value you, you value me,
me.
right?
Exactly.
And they're
Great and
like,
strange.
they're like, at that point in time, it's like,
I like
They're
that.
like,
I like
clinch.
that.
I value
value
you
you
as you value me. Correct.
Epiphany. I love it.
And when you say that, then people are like,
You got to understand.
you
that.
got to
That's
understand
plain.
that
That's
because,
plain.
like, I value you as much as you're going to value me,
Yeah.
and you will value me as much as I value you. So I held this time spot for you for the last 6 months, or the last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
or the last 2 days,
Yeah.
and you didn't value me enough to give me the courtesy to reschedule or to cancel.
What is your policy?
Ours is 50.
Yeah.
Ours is
I think
50.
it's fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair
Ours is
too.
50
I think
for
it's
last
fair.
minute
really cost you
cancellation.
what our
It's more than
hourly
fair.
time is.
I think it's more
or-
than fair.
Yeah.
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 Okay, listen. When I went, like, with my ex, to therapy, and it was $300 an hour, and we missed it not once, not twice, but 3 times.
$1,000 charge.
That's $300 a pop.
The whole visit.
$900.
Yeah.
You round up, baby. You got to round.
It sucks, but you understand because that person could have seen somebody else. It's not
Absolutely.
her fault that this child decides to have a fit and not want to attend the appointment. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Or
Yeah.
it's not my fault your work changed your schedule. It's
Correct.
not my fault you felt sick this morning. It's
It
not my
isn't.
fault you have diarrhea.
Yeah.
It's
None of
not
that.
my fault you're stuck in traffic for 85 hours.
It's none of that's my fault. But but this is the thing. I cannot control what I cannot control. What I
Yeah.
can control is charging you for this,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
I know you're not meaning to.
Yeah.
I know this is not, and just like this isn't vengeful.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not
no,
doing
no,
this
no.
to hurt
and
your
I think that's
feelings.
what it is.
If
I
it
think
was
people
meant-
take it
listen, and
personally.
you're not even
and it
charging
shouldn't
the
be.
full value of the appointment.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
So,
Correct.
like, for example, if our wax removal is $125, like when I made a massage appointment, my neck was really messed up a few weeks ago. They got my card on file, and they said, if you don't show up or give us proper cancellation, you will be charged $150 because that's my point. That's what it costs. And I said,
Right.
no problem.
So you know what's so
Right.
crazy?
We
Like
don't even
I don't
do
know
that.
if y'all could do
You
that,
didn't
but like
go to a
it's not.
chiropractor? You mean you didn't go to a chiropractor? I just want to see the steam come out of your ears.
No, I don't have problems with chiropractor. I've had issues.
She doesn't like the popping sound.
I have problems with chiropractors.
He has problems with chiropractor.
You have problems with chiropractors, like in general, or like
I just
That opened a new
like
can of
stay
worms.
stay in your lane, right? This is what I admire
I've been
about
to
like
some really great chiropractors. I'm
like
not
Elly and
against them.
Dr. Wiggins. They stay in their swim lane. They will refer out.
Yeah.
right?
Know
what
they,
you know
they,
and know
they
what
will
you
not.
don't know.
They're like, there's an infection in your ear.
Yeah.
Go see the ENT.
Yeah.
They're like,
Speaking
hey,
of which.
that's outside of our swim lane. A chiropractor would be like, oh, you have an infection in your ear. Hang
I'll
on.
fix it.
Put this candle on your belly button, bro. And
stop it.
stand on your left foot.
No, I've been to chiropractors throughout my life, different times. There's definitely a spot for chiropractors. They have doctorate degrees. They know what they're doing.
Yes.
There are just some chiropractors, just like we have in our world. There are some audiologists or even hearing dispensers that ruin kind
Go
of
past, yeah.
They
They push the
ruin it for
envelope.
everybody else. They make us look bad. They do things that kind of put a bad
Unconventional.
taste in people's mouth
Yeah.
about us.
Yeah.
And so with chiropractors, for example, like some of the stuff, like you'll see, like claims of curing tinnitus. Claims of curing ringing in the ear. Now, if it's a TMJ issue and, you're doing something that maybe makes their, speaking of TMJ, let's
Speaking
talk
of
about that.
TMJ,
So maybe a
yes.
chiropractor can help with that. Hey, listen, I have tinnitus on and off. If I had ongoing tinnitus and somebody told me I could put garlic cloves in my ear,
You would
and
do it.
I
You
would
would do it in a
anything.
minute.
I don't care. I'll try it because the 5 seconds at a time that I get tinnitus
I've smelled
is
her ears.
so
They smell fresh.
horrible that I would probably be desperate enough to try something. My thing is just like you said, stay in your lane. You
Well,
know
I
what
think
mean?
I think for any professional, like if you have a little bit of extra experience or something, that you can say, listen, you have tinnitus, and
Yeah.
I know that there's some of these therapies may be a little bit whimsical,
Right.
but in my history of treatment. 5 out of my 10 patients, when they put garlic in there, it helps. Then you could say, okay,
Yeah.
this is a little whimsical. This is a little off cuff.
Some people
Or
don't
if I'm
say
going to
that.
put a
50
candle on my belly button,
Yeah.
like if it works out of like
olive oil?
50%.
You're referring to applied science versus magic, right?
Yeah.
If you actually use a scientific
Absolutely.
method and you ran it out over a demographic, and here's your
Absolutely.
results versus magic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you?
right?
You must deal with we deal with
TMJ,
people who have
yes.
ear pain, and we always refer them to dentists and or ENT because
Yeah.
a lot of times I'll say, do you grind your teeth? Do you have TMJ? Yes. I just got a mouth guard last week. I'm like, you need to go back to your dentist.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. So,
yes.
TMJ, just for people who don't know these fancy words that we're talking about, your TMJ is actually a joint. So it's the joint that connects the mandible, so your lower jaw, to your skull,
Your ear?
and it's a little joint like right in front of where your ear lobe
Okay.
ear is. Right. So when you open, it's like a little divot.
video.
That's when it opens and it like slides down, right? It's a joint. It's a hinge joint. Hinge joints are like our knees and our elbows, right? So they
Okay.
can only go so far.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a hinge joint. And so the hinge joint is controlled mostly by muscle, right? You have these big, huge muscles that control them. The main ones being your masseter, which is the one that's connected from like the bottom of your jaw to right at your like occipital bone, which is right above here. That's a huge muscle. So when you clench, you can feel like a muscle. Let me see. Clench, clench, clench. Oh yeah. Let me see.
Oh, you don't clinch. Side note. Side note. Remember to ask me something about this.
Okay. So in the dental field, I mean, about 80% of people, 80% of people grind or clench their teeth. So 80% have a parafunctional habit.
Mouth guard.
Yep. Have a parafunctional habit and out of that 80, most of them require some sort of therapy.
Yeah.
So like simple therapies are mouth guards, things like that. And because they're a parafunctional habit, you cannot control it. So you're doing it while you're sleeping. Yeah. You're doing it while you're sitting at your computer, like
may
typing.
I recommend seeing a dentist for a mouth guard and not getting the ones over the counter because you want to gag on your saliva and it's so awful.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Just go spend the little extra money and get a perfectly fit mouth guard for your mouth.
And I mean, none of it's sexy. Let's just be very clear. So when people are like, yo, how am I supposed to like sleep with this with like my partner? And I'm like, first off, you grinding your teeth is not sexy. Like,
okay.
You being toothless is not sexy.
Okay.
So like we could take it all the way there. There's a bunch of things that can happen that's not sexy. Right. Like no, right. Like Ricky woke me up last night like, you're grinding your teeth, and I was like,
it's such a bad sound for the other person to hear. Because it's like, you're just about to break every tooth in your mouth.
Yes. But and then like, someone will say, I don't grind. I'm like,
how do you know?
How do you know you don't grind? And they're like, well, I mean, my wife or partner or whatever doesn't tell me I grind. I'm like, that's because they're grinding too. Both of y'all grinding at night. Like it's a bunch of grinding happening. Like,
bumping and grinding.
Right. After the bump, you grind. That's what you're doing. Like it is what it is. But like they're not awake enough to tell you that you're grinding. And so there's several therapies. Some patients are just never going to wear a night guard, right?
Yeah.
They're just not compliant. It is uncomfortable. It can be uncomfortable. It causes extra saliva. That saliva production goes down with time. Mm-hmm. So when your brain stops thinking that it's food, it goes down. But for the first
very interesting.
So I had one for years, and I have no clue where it is. And so I'm going to get a day guard and a night guard because I clinch during the day.
Oh,
so like if I'm doing a procedure that's taking a lot of my brain power or a lot of focus,
naturally
I'm clinching.
You just clench?
Yes. So I need a night guard and a day guard.
Is there any other kind of solution that you can do?
Yeah. So we just recently started offering Botox in my office for my clinchers and grinders. Yes, because some people are just not going to wear it, or they have a night guard, but they want adjunctive therapy.
Explain further. I am so
Is that on the website so I can find it?
So no, we haven't added it to our website. I'm actually in the process of spending. I mean, do y'all know how much new websites cost?
I mean, I spend a few grand a month
at your boy.
on just
Ellie,
SEO
slip my number.
stuff. But yeah, I have a friend who does it, but he does it kind of big time, and I think he does like his minimum website's like $60,000 or something.
Yeah, I mean they're crazy.
Yeah,
they're
I'm like
crazy.
$60,000. He's like, that's just the starting. I'm like,
how is it? Because it basically just equates to time, right? Because they're not buying any software. You already own the software. You own the system.
Yeah, but they're like building.
You're paying for that. You're paying for that guy's
building.
time. How is that guy's time, doctorates, more valuable than yours?
Well, because this is something I can't do, right? And this is something that I will never know how to do. And so what they do, like these website builders, is they're doing the research to make sure that the proper wording is going into like the back pages to get the SEO to draw the visitors to the website. And that's just...
So have you found somebody yet? Or
yeah. So I'm rebuilding the website because my website is very old, although I still like the aesthetics of it.
Yes, it's very clean. I liked it.
Correct. So it's like an organic build.
And then it has to be
right.
maintained on a monthly basis.
Yeah. And
like,
I don't have time for that. Like I don't have time. Like
no. Yeah.
There's some things I don't have time for.
I've been doing it. My statistics have improved so vastly over the past. I think I've been using them since 2018.
Yeah.
Getting distracted. Sorry.
She's so cute though.
I know. I have ADD, I think. Since 2018, I've been doing this, and I pay I think pretty hefty fee a month. But you can just see it growing.
Yeah.
The natural,
we're so busy.
organic the
natural organic.
I'm not even talking about Google ads or anything.
Yeah.
No.
You haven't even touched that.
No. So what we're doing now is we'll be doing Botox in the masseter muscle, and I've done several cases where like when the patient clinches, you can feel their masseters like bulk up. and we just directly inject into there.
And I guess it doesn't change anything because it's Botox. Not like you're putting filler. It's Botox, so it's just relaxing.
It's relaxing it. So some patients who have a very squared out jaw,
Yeah.
like people who really have squared out in here,
round it a bit?
it will round it a bit. So I do have to let women know,
Yeah.
women especially, like if they like that line angle
Yeah.
there, that they may need filler to compensate
So
for.
can you do that too?
Yeah.
I could, but I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Just because I do so much
Yeah.
other major dentistry in my office, I'm not trying to overwhelm
Yeah.
myself
Right.
with things like that. Because
Right.
once I start bringing that type of
Yeah.
clientele in, I'm going to be booked with
Yeah.
Botox and fillers
Yeah.
and not do
Time
dentistry.
for a third doctor. Because you added a second doctor,
I
didn't
do.
you?
I
gonna
do.
ask you.
Thank you.
Look at us with our 2 doctor
I
offices.
know. I know. Listen, and she's the bomb. Her name is Dr. Lauren Ozine. She's gorgeous.
That's
Did you-
Mayweather.
So I
Mayweather?
can't wait till like one of them call me and say, "Hey doc, can you hook me up with a $25,000 mouth guard?"
$25,000
What?
mouth guard?
There's jewels in it.
So but this is the crazier part.
That's gold too.
Mayweather invested a bunch of money into his teeth, so he has like some really beautiful
they do look
dentistry.
good.
Yeah, so
they
you have to
do
protect
look
that.
good.
Yeah, because
That's a-
a nice
it's
set
a-
of veneers is like,
We're about
I wonder
to
if
get
they're
into-
insured.
Yeah,
You know,
easily.
you can insure
like
those teeth, right?
$900 minimum tooth or
Yeah,
something like
his
that?
teeth. So my veneers are $1,500 starter.
A
and
tooth?
A tooth.
Ooh, shoot.
So like, look at his teeth.
Let me
His teeth
write
are really
that
pretty.
down.
Character. How many teeth? My smell's pretty white. How many?
So because your teeth are so, like your smile is so broad, so that's what we're dealing with, right? So when they have like, I mean, you see all the way to her molars, and you can see
Lord
almost
help.
all the way to your molars. You're talking about 10 across the top for continuity, right?
And then probably some on the bottom, yeah?
Maybe, yeah.
That's 10 teeth across the top.
Yeah.
So you're talking about replacing the ones you can see.
And I actually have-
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah. So
15,000
Your teeth are
just on my
so
top.
pretty.
just for the top, her teeth
Yeah.
her teeth are pretty. I wouldn't
They
even
are.
want to consider that. That's ridiculous. But Mayweather's teeth are
Ding.
freaking
I'm your ding.
gorgeous.
I'm your ding.
And so that's an investment for him, right? He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
because it's much easier to replace that night guard for him than it is to replace
Yeah.
his those really pretty teeth. Like his teeth are gorgeous.
Aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
pretty.
Mhm. I think he just mostly got his top done though. I don't think he got his bottom done. Yeah.
That's crazy. He's a fighter at a really
Yeah,
high
'cause
level.
I was
So
like-
people punch him in them teeth a lot.
Absolutely. So the one thing that Floyd is known for is his defense. Like he doesn't really
Yeah.
get hit.
My friend, she deals,
Facts.
their family dentistry office in another city deals with like celebrities too.
Yeah.
And she says sometimes they're like, they come in with like sometimes the veneer
Is off?
is off. Like,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. So
Little things you don't know, I guess.
So unlike like, I mean,
And they're like, I need this now.
yeah, like unlike implants, like if you get your boobs done, like
Yeah.
one implant's not just gonna fall out, right? Like it's a cosmetic procedure.
I've been
you
doing
get 'em
Brazilian
done.
Jiu-Jitsu and I'm worried about it busting. Continue.
It could bust. though.
It's good for the soul, but
It
not
could
reputation.
bust. That's true.
I'm like,
But like you're not
just
gonna
sat
like
on me.
you're not gonna like eat a burger and
Yeah.
your implant's gonna
So,
like fall
if you
out,
ever-
right?
how prevalent is it that happens with the teeth?
So it can happen,
Yeah.
right? So like
She's like, it's like her husband's really good at what he does. It's not even about like him not
Yeah.
doing it. It's just it happens.
it happens.
Okay.
It just happens. Like you could be eating anything and it happens. You're not wearing your night guard and it
Yeah.
happens. Like it can just
How quickly
happen.
you have to
Yeah,
accommodate those people quickly.
Right, and so that's why. So like
like a lyric patient.
implants,
Like a
dental
lyric
implants, not boob,
It's
not
true.
breast implants, but dental implants don't tend to fall out. The average failure rate for a dental implant is like 7%
But
of the human population.
what's the other thing?
But dental
Veneer, yeah.
veneers can pop off at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Interesting.
I mean, it tends to be by eating or trauma
yeah.
or whatever, but they don't last forever. Nothing in dentistry lasts forever besides when I take out a tooth, I promise you that bitch does not grow back.
That's it. That's the look, right?
It's the look and the laugh. I don't know. As like cool as we are, I think I would be
It's the
scared to
look.
work for you. Yeah, it's the look. I'm not scary. It's the look. Those looks.
No, you know what you need? You know how the
It's the look. Pause. It's the look. Right.
Staples has that easy button when they hit it. It says she needs the one that says facts. So when she gets done crying,
Yeah. It's the-
facts.
I will say this: I've evaluated it. It's the look, the pause,
Yeah,
and then the
it's a
laugh.
pause, it's a pause.
It's like a sandwich, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Build you up, take you down, and then build you back up.
I told you her laugh shakes the floor.
Listen, the idea though is that pre-Botox, I was able to give it even all I had with my like forehead and brows. Now it's like I got to give this
it's still,
more like
no, it's still
it's
fierce,
just
honey.
more like
It's fierce.
like the eyeballs have to give it. Like it's
fierce.
like
It's
the
fierce.
eyeballs have to like really.
Let's talk about how great Botox is. So do you now
is.
that you do Botox, do you
To myself,
self-inject?
yeah, absolutely.
Heck
Like,
yeah.
why wouldn't I?
Damn,
why
that's two
wouldn't
in
I?
a row that we've had.
That's
now.
right.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? Well, yes,
That's awesome.
I self-injected like 3 weeks ago, and I'm like at my office like before morning huddle, and all my team members are walking in, and I'm like looking at, and I'm like, dang, this is really kind of hard. Like, God dog it, so I'm gonna have to like use more force on myself than I would on someone.
Yeah.
Oh, this sucks.
And you're like,
and I'm like watching
when
the
I
like,
go, my doctor's always like, raise your eyebrows. I'm like,
I'm raising them.
and then he's like, frown. I'm like, he's like, all right, you're good now.
Gosh, it's like so stiff. Yes.
But I like marked myself up.
Yeah.
So I marked myself up before, and then I was like,
especially because
ugh.
you're self-injecting.
Hey,
Yeah.
what are the odds on Ricky filming you injecting yourself with Botox next time? That would be like.
I mean, my team would
Talk
film me.
about
I do
viral.
it-
Talk
I do
about
it- I do
viral.
it at my office. So I don't bring it home because like Botox has to be refrigerated. So I leave it at my office fridge, and so. My team was just like in awe. They were like, "You said you were going to do this, but I can't believe you did it."
Yeah.
I was like,
You're that good.
"When was the last time I said I was going to do something, or I say anything and I don't do it?"
Right?
They were like, "Oh, yeah." I guess
Because
so.
I'm
I'm already thinking of the comment section of that post. Like how funny it's gonna be
Seriously,
when
real-
it's you injecting Botox
real
in yourself.
talk. You don't like. It's so cool to think that like. You have a doctorate degree, but still, you don't think about a dentist doing Botox. You know what I mean? So
And-
it's kind
and
of
I will
neat for
think it's
help
cool.
with TMJ and the fact that
Yeah.
you have.
I think it's very cool. Yeah.
access
Well,
to
in
that.
the
Super
state of
neat.
Texas, like we're restricted on what we can do on patients,
Yeah.
right? In Louisiana, dentists can
Anything
place
goes?
Sure, everything
anything,
goes, I'm sure.
everywhere.
Yeah, every state's different.
Everywhere,
Yeah.
so annoying. And so eventually Texas may or may not do that. But the idea though is there's doctors that because when you come to the dentist, you're getting your teeth fixed on. We can tell you a bunch more about like your facial symmetry, your smile line, your lip line,
Sure.
how your lip
Yeah.
disappears
Yeah.
if you
That's what your
smile.
gummy,
your-
gummy smiles.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So like
do a
Botox
lip
also
flip.
does that. So I did that on a patient where
That's kind of interesting.
we did a gummy smile, and so you
Yeah.
put like 2 units of Botox here and here. 5 technically, you can go up to 5. So 5 depending on how high, and they'll then they don't pull up as much. and then
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's cool.
That is very cool.
yeah.
I hadn't even thought about that, but oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
You're like,
I
a,
would
you're
tell
like
you-
a face artist.
Yeah. So we can tell you so
It's
much
all her
more
neighborhood,
about
though.
your teeth and your smile and your lips and your cheeks and
And it's not
then, like,
permanent. Like you're not permanently altering your
Right,
face. It's
right.
like max 3 months.
3 months, and that's max because
Yeah.
some patients like they chew through it so much faster.
Whoever's phone that is, put it on silent.
Ooh.
Tell me about a gumectomy.
Okay,
We're filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Ellie, what can we pause?
Gin-
Babe,
yeah.
drink every time you turn your head to look at Ashandra,
Yeah.
you look away from the mic.
I look
So
away. Oh,
drag the mic closer
Okay,
to your
got
face,
it,
so
got
when
it.
you turn your head,
like that.
yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
I was trying to keep it cover my double chin, but whatever. I'm all like this.
Stop it.
Something about
She
that.
keeps doing it.
so
Stop doing it.
ridiculous.
Stop doing it.
I'm gonna get
Stop doing
it.
it.
Whoever's watching.
So, before
best
she-
facial
Lift.
double chin lifter in Houston,
Always-
please. Thank you.
Yeah.
And before Ashandra leaves, she needs to go through everybody in the room and tell us where she would put the Botox in her face.
I would.
I already got face full, honey.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
I haven't
on
gotten
Ellie.
anything.
I can't
42
see-
and
I can't see
flawless.
Ellie.
Not gonna do it.
What about Katy?
Yeah, I can't see. Oh no, Connolly's perfect.
yes.
She's perfect.
Doll
Absolutely.
face.
What about Ray?
Oh, Ray has
got some number 11s happening.
Ray has crow's feet and number 11.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Yeah, but men. So this is the thing. There are some things that are typically deemed more attractive on men than women.
That's
Men
True.
like
That's
women like
true.
crow's feet
The
on
crow's
men.
feet. Women
yes,
love
because it
crow's
makes you
feet
look-
on
on
men.
men.
Yeah, because
Yeah, and you
makes
got to
look-
respect the gray in a dude too.
Yeah,
right?
gotta respect the gray. So like,
But
I
what-
wouldn't want to
I
even
think
fix
Ron
that
needs
on
to-
But
him.
I wouldn't.
To
I would if I was a
darken
dude.
his
I would
beard.
deal with
I'm
it.
just
I don't think 11s look good on anybody.
Right. So I
Deal with
think
it.
I think
said deal with it.
foreheads on men I think are
Yeah.
like kind of untouchable, and then they're crow's feet unless they're really deep and they're like giving them like permanent lines.
Frankenstein vibes.
Right.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think like crow's feet on men, I think people find them to be more friendly looking,
Yeah, it
better,
does look
like
friendly.
easier to laugh. Like you look like you're gonna laugh at any second, so
Yes.
you seem more friendly,
Yeah.
right? When you have crow's feet. For real, dead ass. So like
Yeah.
I'm like,
She
no,
said
don't
dead
touch
ass.
it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Yeah.
See, look at it. It looks pretty.
Like that.
Yeah, definitely. I
like
don't see
that.
anything on your face.
Oh, thank God.
She looks good, man.
Yeah, for real. So I've never had it?
Never.
Good for you, girlfriend.
Yay.
I say black doesn't crack, but it does wrinkle.
Yeah, it does.
I always say my patients are like, "Wow, I can't believe you forced him like Persian don't crack." That's they don't get the same. Like it doesn't
Have the same effect, right?
It doesn't have the same
thought it
effect.
was
No.
I always tell Ellie to leave the funny to Crystal.
Yeah, she's the funny one. I'm like,
Crystal.
I'm the funny one. People say I'm like a cartoon. I'm animated. And he's like,
You are animated.
They're trying to get
Yeah.
discounted
Crystal's
hearing
more
aids, though.
animated.
yeah, but Crystal's more. I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you trying to? Like, God, thank God you're
You're
not my
more animated
parent.
than her?
Thank God you're not our parent. Like, I feel like competitive.
Yeah.
against her.
Yeah.
Stay in your swim lane. Just stay in your swim
I
lane.
am funny.
Stay in your swim lane. Like you don't ask me to reach in the low cabinets to get stuff.
So this is the crazy part. People think that Ricky is funnier than me, which I take offense.
I don't think he's funnier than me. I'm literally evaluating what you just said. I'm thinking about it.
He's funny,
I don't-
though.
He's very funny. but
My
I think
husband
you're
is
funnier.
not funny.
I think he's charming.
He's charming.
offense, love you.
And I think that he has like really good comedic timing on
Yeah, yeah,
things.
yeah.
So like his
Oh,
comedic
it's all
timing
about
is
that
like,
timing,
but
He
baby.
got a few perfect one-liners.
yes, he's like boom, like, and I just am like, oh man, that was really good. Like I can't like, I needed a minute
back
to like, yeah, I needed a minute to like digest it. I'm like, dang it, that's why people think you're funnier than me. And it's like bigger jokes. Like his jokes are bigger.
You're like, I'm consistent.
Yeah, like I'm like all the
There you
time.
go,
Like, you're
there
gonna get
you
these
go.
jokes like all day.
See?
All
It
day.
works.
You're gonna get these jokes. I'm telling you.
But most women humor is completely over a dude's head, right? Like you'll see a female comedian. I'm sitting next to Ellen. She's dying laughing. I'm like, what is that?
What? No.
What does that mean?
I disagree.
So I think that women that are funny, so for me, women that are funny are like sarcastically funny and they're drier and it's more like a thought joke versus like, you know, you tripped over something and like
Yeah,
slammed
yeah.
your head into a trash can. Everybody's like, ooh. I'm like, yo, that's dumb. That's not funny. Like,
Yeah,
that's not
actually, you're
funny.
right. Guys
Yeah.
like stupid
Yeah,
stuff
they
like
do.
that.
Like, oh, let's talk
like
right.
Steve
Like you look at my TikTok versus her
Yeah.
TikTok. It's literally
like, what's
the
that? What's
stupidest
that? Johnny
stuff ever.
Right.
Knoxville or whatever his name is?
Jackass.
Correct.
Jackass. And I'm like, how
It's
is this
not funny.
And he's like, this is amazing, hilarious.
And you're like,
and I'm like, how?
Like,
I
it's
just
not
don't find it funny.
Yeah, I don't.
There's nothing funny about that. So like for me, it's about like drier humor, more like thoughtful humor.
Yeah.
Like you caught the joke that I was
Thank you.
saying before I said, "Yo, I was joking." Like that. That is
Yes.
like, yeah, that's where it's funny. You know, like careful.
That's funny.
That's funny. Like my CPA earlier asked me, he said, "I mean, what do you like more than surgery?" And I was like, "What? What are you asking?"
You know?
And he was like, oh man, like he got that I was like kidding,
Yeah.
like because I was about to take it to a whole nother place. Like, bro, what are you asking me? Like, I mean, so what do you like more? And he said it so seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
And I was like, what do you? I mean, what are you asking me? It feels like an indecent. like, what do I like more than surgery? Well, buddy. As I like uncross my legs to recross them. What? What, bro?
Where I would have answered that with mashed potatoes.
No.
Not mashed potatoes.
Well, now that we're talking about that, what was it? Ricky, we're gonna go meet this dude
So
later.
Look at
no,
him getting all offended.
what he
You
was
see how
asking,
serious
yeah,
he is?
I know, right?
I got your
So
back, Ricky. We're gonna
what
go
he
meet this guy
what he
later.
was
Don't worry about
asking-
it.
All of a sudden.
What he was asking was in dentistry because we're talking about like just my projection.
We're still gonna make sure that's what he meant, Ricky.
Yeah, that's what he meant. That's all. Because he was like flap, like what? Now my office manager is sitting right next to me.
It's her. It's
It's
her.
me.
I know. She's
It's me. So he got all flustered.
But you gotta think
She made him
along the
that
lines of
serious.
the,
blush.
I did. I made it. I was dead serious. I was like,
It was like this.
I was like, what else do you mean? Like, what do you-
Look at that.
I was like, there's a bunch that I like more than surgery. Hey, there's some things that I do off the clock. Like what are you saying?
Hello.
What are you saying? What are you saying, sir? You need to be way more
Flap
specific.
my eyes way too many times.
Good stuff.
No problem.
I know I like
I'm
good
here all.
stuff.
I'm here.
I'm here all night.
I'm here all night.
That's right.
So I know this is like a cliche question, but I always like to ask
Sure.
it just because, like, you know, it's not, it's just different with women. So like, because you no matter what, naturally, you're doing everything a man does, probably, and then a little extra as far as like, let's say you're a mom, right? So how would you like lump sum kind of want to say how it is being a mom, a business owner, a wife, a working mom, very busy working mom? I mean, I know Avery was in swim.
Yeah, she still is.
Still is, yeah. Like you're
New driver in the family.
a lot,
you saw
yeah.
that, right? Yeah. I know. So
How do you
wait, do you
juggle
have
that?
children?
I have a 14-month-old.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at you, new mom.
Yeah, new mom.
Every
You still breastfeed?
That boy likes to wash down every meal with a second breast meal. Okay. Yeah.
Girl, you better than me. I was like, you getting some teeth? Oh, that means you can eat real food. That means I am no longer.
Around how many months do you get teeth?
About
shoot, he got 'em early.
6, 9 months.
Oh, he
Between
got
6
his.
and 9 months.
Yeah, like 4.
That's
4 and a
early,
half months.
yeah.
He got him early.
And I would have been like, well, and there that is. That would be enough of that. So I'm proud of you. I mean, I think it's very impressive when women do things.
He'll be coming
like,
to an end soon.
Yeah, but it's
working
so
on it.
impressive though. Like this.
Don't worry, I'll send you
That's Dr.
extra
Wiggins.
pictures.
That's Dr. Wiggins
Oh,
breastfeeding in front of 100,000 people.
But that's good though.
100,000. Okay. I didn't show an areola though.
I love it. I love it. No.
She made
I
my
love
dream.
it.
That was my dream, and she made it complete.
She's like, can you?
No, but that's great though. So just for perspective, after I had Quinn, which is my baby, I came back to work after 17 days of delivery.
What?
Wow.
Now, part of it is I'm a workaholic, so like part of
True,
it is
but
that.
Good
understand
God,
that.
that
Yeah.
postpartum. What's your?
So this is my third baby
Lord,
too.
have mercy.
It's my third baby.
Yeah.
Third baby.
They don't just drop out though.
No, I mean I had
Yeah.
3 C-sections.
I had one too. Lord help
She's
you.
the-
Not cleared.
were the
Are you
sole
cleared?
pro- You were the
That was
sole
clear.
provider in
True.
your office. Though.
True.
I was a sole provider in my
Yeah.
office.
Gotcha.
So,
And so,
office
like-
clothes equals.
I just
Yeah.
Can I just
still
say?
got bills to pay.
Can I just say I applaud this woman?
She looks like in pure
My
shock.
Lord. Yes. Not
Yeah,
to
so-
toot your own heart, but babe,
Babe.
Yes. Oh,
I'm kidding.
17 days.
I feel the power.
Man,
Shucks.
listen. So part of it's a workaholic issue, right? Like I don't like being at home. I don't really like being at
It's
my
hard.
house. Like it's kind of I like my home. I love my home, but like
Yes.
I need to be away from my home.
That's why I
I
came
don't think it's a matter
back.
of not liking it. It's
Yeah.
just like this other. It's natural. It's
Driven. You
innate.
gotta go.
Yes.
You gotta
It's
go.
just something that you either have or you don't.
Right.
Like the fact that I've been working since I was 15, I'm sure something
Yeah,
similar
yeah,
to
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's always been in me. There's friends that I have who've like literally never had another job.
Right.
Yeah.
Besides like maybe whatever their career is.
Yeah.
And I've never stopped working. It's
Don't
just
tell me.
in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you can't even lose it. I mean, I've tried ever since I met Shane. I try to leave at a reasonable hour now. I'm like,
for
it's still daylight.
I try to help you.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
He's like,
Go ahead,
"Hi."
Shane.
Like, and of course,
Shane.
because he knows I'm a fat ass, so he's like,
Stop it.
Dinner's pictures of dinner. Dinner's almost done. I'm like,
Ooh.
I'm home again.
Shut the day down.
He's not like, where are you? You're not like, it's like, dinner's almost ready.
Gentle, yes,
It's all for
gentle.
Ellie. 100%
Gentle
all for
pulls.
Ellie.
That's so sweet.
There's no
Gentle
selfishness
pulls.
there. Just kidding.
That's
Gentle
so sweet. That's so
works.
sweet.
Yeah, like
works.
That's great.
No,
That's
side
great.
note, he was on like some kind of diet and then he didn't cook for like 2 weeks, and I was like, shit,
You missed it.
So
You
you're
missed
not gonna cook just because I thought you were doing it for me. But he does wait. So anyway,
great.
and he
That's
cooks.
great.
So
That's great.
But yeah, like
So-
it's just
Yeah.
something.
So like I
yeah.
think that what has happened over the last several years is that women are talking about how hard it really is. I think what we before, and I think we still don't share how hard it is, and how frustrated you get. Even when you have a really supportive partner, right?
Yeah.
Like it's still frustrating. It's still hard. You still want to slit like everyone's throat, and then be like, oh man,
There's a pill for that.
I didn't really mean to kill y'all.
I'll take it.
Damn, right? So like you don't mean it. You just are like in that moment. You're like, I just want some peace. So I think like one of the biggest things for me, and my family gets it now, is like I don't have a problem doing things for myself. Like I don't have a problem making sure I get my nails done when I want them done, getting my hair done. Like I'm working out 3-4 days, if not 5 days a week when I get home.
You look great, by the way.
Yes,
babe.
you sure do, honey. Whew. That's why I say, babe, babe.
Listen.
Yeah.
So I think women have to set up boundaries, right? So it's important to set up boundaries. It's important to set up like boundaries in your workplace. It's important to set up boundaries at home. It's important for your children to understand like mommy is before I was a mommy, I was Ashandra.
Yes.
Before I was a wife, I was Ashandra. Like
Teach me, honey.
that boundary has to be there. So like you need to be able to find yourself in that wife and in that mother and in that business owner. Like yourself still matters. So like if yourself gets
Because if it
turned
gets
off,
messed up, then everything
you get lost in
you're
everybody
lost
else.
in everybody else's stuff.
Yeah.
And so that I've never had a problem doing, and never being like there was one day, and baby earmuffs, okay? There was one day
Yeah, she knows.
there was one day I came home and I had like put like chicken out, and my husband is a chicken connoisseur, right? Like I'm like, man, I'm not doing that chicken.
Yeah.
I put it out, you're home, whatever.
Yeah.
I walk in, laundry is still exactly where I left it. It's like 9:00 at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's back. I was like, I walk in, it's 9:00 at night. I look to my left, like the chicken's like still sitting on the counter, which means it's been out like 10 hours.
Yeah, I've had that day.
All right,
ahead.
look in. I look at my children. They're like, "Hey, mom, what's up?" I look at my husband, and I was like, "Fuck this shit," and went to my room and closed the door,
Okay.
and did not come out for the rest of the night. I was like, "Y'all on y'all."
You've been working all day and stuff.
I was like,
and you
fuck
got
that.
that chicken sitting there and them
Right.
dishes in there
And
sticking.
they
I
looking
told
at me
you
like
not
they're
to move.
hungry.
Woo,
Okay,
child.
What's for dinner?
Woo. What?
I don't know. You tell me.
You can take it.
You can take your earmuffs
Yeah.
off, baby.
There you go.
Oh, she's not right.
That's,
She's heard people say
sitting there
fucking
and I'm-
shit and damn. Actually, I think when we were here the other day, I said, Conley, why are you not doing your fucking homework?
Well, that happened. So like it's very real that in that moment I was very honest with y'all. Have me real fucked up to think I'm about to like come home after being the first one to leave and the last one home. And we have a 16, well, about to be 16. We have a grown, capable adult husband. And like, y'all could have made some sandwiches or something. Like, y'all not about to look at me like y'all hungry, like there's nothing else to eat here. So I think it's very important to be able to put that up. And my kids were like, oh shit. And so like all I hear is like scrambling.
They get back. They're
like
they
scrambling.
Get on track.
And I'm
They get
like,
on track.
oh, y'all do know how to do this.
They get on track. They get on track. Yeah.
So like for me, it's about like, you know, making sure that I empower myself, but also empowering my kids.
Yeah.
Like, don't
Yes.
think I'm here to pick up after you. I'm not your maid. I'm your mother.
Yes.
Conley's never heard that before.
I'm not your maid. I'm your mama. Right? Like that's not gonna happen. So you need to know how to pick up behind yourself. My son is learning
and
how to do his own laundry.
Because
Like,
that carries you through life.
Wow.
yeah, what do you think this is?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
he'll leave,
not a
like,
game.
He used to get up and like have his plate and stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm like, say bruh, and he's like, because he's the only bruh besides my in the house, and he's like, yeah, mom. I'm like, what ghost, what creature, what goblin, what fairy is picking your stuff up? He's like, what? I'm like, it's not me. It's not me. You know, like, what do you think this is?
I love you, Mom.
Yeah, he's like,
I love you.
okay, you
So
know.
it sounds like you've learned the art of
Yes.
balancing it. You've kind of
I'm work. It's an everyday work, right? Like every day it's a work. Some days are better than others. Some days I come home and I've been able to like reset in the car quickly or reset before I leave the office quickly, so I have the energy for the kids. Because the one thing that I think, being a woman specifically, is that we don't get the benefit of the doubt when we're just tired, right?
It's true.
Right? So men can come home and kind of be disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
'Cause
like,
we're
you know,
used
your
to men
daddy's
being like that.
tired.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
okay. And
Right.
the kid's like, oh, daddy's tired? Like, I didn't even see him come in, right? Versus mom comes home and it's like, mom! And they need that energy, right? And so
Yes.
for me, it's important to know that when I walk through the door, they're going to need that energy. So it's very few times that I look at them like, psh, I don't know who raised y'all, but it's not me today, right? There's very few times that happens because I'm able to kind of reset. And then, like yesterday, I got home and the nanny was still there, and so that's another thing. And I say this all the
I didn't
time.
know you had a nanny.
Yeah.
Girl, I've had a nanny. How old is Logan? 8?
God, he's already 8.
Yeah, I've had a nanny
crap.
8.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
How'd you find your nanny?
The first one was through church. No, I lie. The first one? Yeah, I guess the first one was still through like a church connection.
Yeah.
No, I lie. Friend on Facebook knew I was pregnant. Was like, hey, my friend needs a new family. Are you interested? I was like, absolutely. That's how that went. And
see,
then my
connection.
second one was church. And now we're on our third one, who's like a patient who was also like, I've known since she was like 5. And we were just randomly talking. And she was like, Yeah, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this nanny situation. I need a new nanny. And she kind of looked at me like, did you know I was a nanny? And I was like, no, I didn't know you were a nanny. So that's the new one. So she was still home last night. So I like snuck in through the back door and like literally, because I wear my workout clothes to work, and then I changed to my scrubs and I throw my scrubs in the washing machine.
Where
and
do you
then
work out?
where do I work? Out at home. And so then I put my
you
workout
have
clothes back
Peloton.
on,
Yes.
and then I go straight to my. So I snuck in through the back door, got on my bike, worked out, and my kids didn't even know I was home.
You have a back door for
Why,
your
no, isn't that
house.
awesome? That's
You have
that's
a
awesome.
back door here.
Yeah.
You can do
That'd be
our-
awesome.
our
Yeah.
patients. Me
Yeah.
mostly to see that when I'm running late.
Yeah, yeah. So when I'm there, so I got on my bike and I was able to work out for like an hour, and I come around and Logan's like, "Hey, Mom." I was like, "Sup?" Like by then I had like reset. I was like
Reset.
endorphins, and like I felt great.
your
That's good.
reset.
I'm glad
Yeah,
that-
yeah. So there's like just tricks
Yeah.
I think that women need to understand and try to learn about
Thank
themselves.
you for that, though. Thank you
Yes.
for that. That's
Yes, you
liberating.
have to
It's
remember-
liberating.
Yeah, because then you don't have to feel guilty.
Yes.
Feel
No,
guilty.
Yeah.
no. I think that guilt plays a role in like.
That mommy guilt.
Yes, but I'm like, you have to be beyond just a mom.
Yes.
But then you have to remember that you're still, like, Crystal's still in there.
Oh yeah, she's
Right?
in there, baby,
Right?
trying to get
like,
out.
you have to be there. And I feel like I think we, like, put on the title of mom and wife and sister and friend. And then you're like, man, where am I in all of
Yeah.
that? Like,
Yeah. So many
where am
pulls.
I?
So many
I've been
pulls.
Yes.
I've
like
been
a
lacking
glue
as
in
a
my
friend lately, just because like I'm still really busy. Even though Dr. Wiggins works here now, and we are
try to lighten the
we
load.
just officially hired a third audiologist. So, yeah, it's crazy. Can't believe we're here.
Yeah.
So it
That
doesn't
is
start for a while though.
Yeah.
But I mean, I
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
like some of my friends, like ever since I have been with Shane. Shockingly, he actually wants to see me once in a while. So, God forbid I spend time with him. Like I think my friends are just not used to that. They're like,
Oh, yeah,
Not
it
being
happened.
So readily available.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
it
I
happened.
really, it was not like I was available during the week. I've always been busy. Because before I had Dr. Crystal here, I did everything on my own.
Yeah.
So during the week,
Lord
it's never changed. This is still normal for me. I've never done happy hours during the week. That's never been me.
Yeah, me
but
neither.
what was me was on the weekends. You
Yeah,
know,
sure.
like I was free because
You took some time, yeah.
But
can't
now,
bel-
like I'm busy. I'm like kind of having this at 42 of my little family of my own, if you will. So it's like that guilt. They're like not used to me like
Not being
not
available.
being available. And I try to still
Yeah.
schedule stuff, but I'm like okay, well, like August is really bad because it's eight people's birthday. So September, okay, and it's like they're asking me in July, so it sounds bad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or once in a
Yeah.
while I can block lunch during the week. Can you meet me during the week? No, okay.
But, so this is what I don't think
You
is
know?
fair. Let's just put things into perspective. You and Shane are building something at 40 in your
Yeah.
40s that a lot of the people who are asking from you built it in their 20s.
20s, exactly.
And so
Don't
they
think-
were
Right.
up underneath their people in their 20s.
Right.
Yes.
And now it's like
Yeah.
they are in a different
Amen.
place than you are, so it's easy to
I don't
forget.
think anybody's ever rude about it. It's just like you can feel.
Feel it. That's facts. That's facts. It's facts.
That's the way I
right?
think about it.
Yeah.
And actually, none
Right.
of my friends have ever been rude about it. It's just you just know.
You just
feel it.
know.
Yeah, you
just
sense it.
know. You
Yeah.
have friend guilt.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have friend guilt.
you
But I
just
think,
know.
like,
and
for-
I'm like, well, I don't have a husband. I don't have a child. Like,
Right.
give me a second to build some of these things.
Absolutely.
Yes, that you already have
like, do you mind?
established and have a foundation with. Yeah.
It's your own fault for being fun and a good friend.
Right.
If
No,
you were
no,
a
no,
horrible
that's what
friend
it
and
is.
not
True.
fun,
No.
if you were a horrible friend and
I
not
try,
fun,
like,
they wouldn't want
I
you to
literally
talk.
spend the mornings and the afternoons driving.
Same
from-
thing with you, Ashandra, when your kids come in the back door, it's because you're fun. and they
That's
love you.
right.
They love me. They
No,
do. They do.
I am a good friend. I know that. And I try to make time for anybody who needs me. If somebody's wrong, I'll meet you. I'll talk to
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean? But like just random willy-nilly brunches is like, it's been a no-go for me for a
No,
while.
and I do think
That's
like
okay.
because I need to go
hang out.
like
And
Brazilian
to-
just
go
did
to Typhoon,
so.
And
Texas
two,
with
for-
Conley instead.
Absolutely. Well,
For
that's
me-
probably better than a
For
Brazilian
me-
Fun
fun.
as hell. They're trying to get me on these damn slides, and I'm like, yeah, no.
So you know what sucks about the slides is that like your bottoms go straight into your behind, like
yeah, I
all
don't
of
do those
it.
Yes.
slides.
I'm like, that's not fun. It
I
starts
learned
to
that.
hurt.
I
I
learned
can't
that
even
like in 8th grade.
can't
My
even
wedgie
think
was
about
so
anything
bad.
else.
Of all the warning signs, there's no warning signs that say you are going to taste your swimming trunks.
right in
from
the back of your throat.
I
like
learned that really quick.
who wants your bathing suit in your ass?
I
Like I mean,
literally-
I have zero.
What was in pills that you? Any butt joke? Any butt joke? Any butt joke?
I see it.
Fart butt.
That was like a.
She calls them potty jokes. She just saw a potty joke.
That's hilarious. Like literally. So I mean, it was way more fun. I know it was.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Just different points in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that like for me, I'm one of those friends that I don't need to talk to you every day. Like I straight up, please don't actually. Like don't be that friend for me. Like be the friend that if I see you once like every
pick up where
quarter,
we left off.
yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And I will make it.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you
you-
made an
you-
effort to come to my birthday, and I hadn't seen you in a while. Like I
that's
appreciate
awesome.
that, and I will do the
That
same.
was the
like
bomb.
I will do
That's
like
fun.
you
Yeah,
tell
it
me
was.
to invite me. Just like anytime you've invited
Yeah,
invited
you're
me
always
to something,
there.
I will be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not that I won't. It's just like the little random stuff. I'm
Yes.
taking a break from.
Yes, I think you
Yeah.
should. I think it's important to build because right now is where all the trust is built, all the foundation is
Yes.
laid. It's easier to
doing a
like
good job.
love somebody through a tough point when your foundation is solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were like flimsy now and you're like, yeah, I'm out, Connolly,
No, I just-
see you later.
My
It's
thing is,
harder
like,
for her to have
somebody
trust
that
with
wants
you.
to spend, who's making an effort to spend time with me, and I also want to do it. So then
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
Well, you know what's interesting? The difference in building a relationship at 42. We're both very successful people. I would say we're overachievers. You are on a different level than you were when you're 20, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So building this relationship is so much more fun, but we know so many more things through struggles and failures.
Yep.
Right. So like one of the things that we've done is I basically come to the point like I love you unconditionally now. So I'm in this to win this, right? I might be mad. I might be mad at you. I might be mad at you now.
Hint, wink, wink.
But I'm gonna get over it. Like, you know what? I got mad at. I got mad.
Just get sweaty. She's sweaty. She's sweaty.
But you know, 20-year-old.
I know, right?
20-year-old Shane didn't know, right? But and neither did 20-year-old Elly.
Yeah.
Having a relationship at
different.
42.
Yeah.
We're different.
After we've been through what we've been through in life, we have our careers where they're at. You respect different things about a person.
Yes.
Both been through
Yes.
divorces.
Hey, and
You do.
I would like to talk just 1 second from a man's perspective on what you were saying. So for women, y'all are naturally nurturers. You guys are unicorns, and don't assume that there is a demographic that's very large at all that thinks like you guys do. Did I say y'all are unicorns because you're business owners, doctorates, overachievers, very smart women, very well thought out, work really hard. Yeah. So the nurturing part comes natural, right? Mm-hmm. That's part of you. And the other side you've developed, which is the business owners, which is the doctors, which is the people that people go to for their physical health and their well-being. As a man, we're naturally the other part, which is that working style, right? For me, nurturing is skills are kindly. I will slap you in your mouth.
It caught me off guard. Now it's funny.
But I've been a single dad for a while, and I know I had to build a relationship with a daughter, and nothing makes me more proud than to build that relationship. But I have to develop my nurturing side.
Yeah.
Like, come here, let's cuddle it up. Love you,
Yeah.
kid. I love you, right?
Yeah.
So you have to work. And one thing Elly's taught me is like patience through emotion.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, fuck that, I ain't dealing with it.
Right. Yeah.
And like, if my little pea brain can't handle it, because I get exhausted. Elly's exhausting. She will not stop. And I'll roll over at 2 o'clock in the morning looking like, are you still going? She's like, yeah, I just roll back over.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the
Whatever.
difference in
You
men
were
and
till 3 in the
women.
morning yapping the other day.
Y'all have mental stamina well above and beyond what a man
wired.
has.
We do.
Well, we're
And I know-
wired differently.
Yeah, we are wired
Yeah.
differently, and that's what makes, like, especially in this scenario, your guys are a blended growing family. Like, that's what you guys are. I'm in a blended family, right? Like, my husband did not have any children when he met me, right? You know, I had a God, she was 5. She's now about to be 16.
Been such an amazing dad to her.
Yeah, so like that took sacrifice, right? Like he
Yeah.
was saying no to a lot of his people's
Yeah.
things to like build a relationship
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Avery, to build it with me, so that I wasn't
Right.
like, yo, you just gonna dip on us? Like, so now when he's like,
Yeah.
babe, I'm going to homecoming, I'm like, all right, like, because I know it wasn't, it was some things that he sacrificed early on, like foundationally, and he's probably, I mean, I'm a nurturer, but he's a lover, if there's a difference. Like, there's
Yeah.
like, he's the dad that's like, him and Logan
I think that's
are
beautiful.
best friend, like they're best friends. It's
think that's
just
beautiful.
disgusting.
You know how you tell the difference in the nurturer and not the nurturers? You know when the kids are talking and you're putting them in the car and they're still talking and you just shut the door while they're still talking? Nurturers don't do that. I'll shut that door. Kind of be like, so Dad, today we were, bam, that door's shut, and I go get in my door.
But but the thing with the kids that do that, they'll be like, okay, Dad, I stopped at Dad. And then they'll start right when they get back in the car. Like that's what they do. That's what they do. So like my I think both of us have a little bit of that. My husband is more of like the lover, the not fighter. I am the like, all right, I'm gonna fight you a little bit to get, so it's just, I mean, it's a good balance. Yeah. Because I mean, Avery doesn't come to me with any of the foolishness. She goes to Ricky with all of the foolishness. But when she's like, Mom, I want, it takes
and just know from the dude perspective, we need to be called out. Like, hey, like the things that you're saying, like I get mad about the silliest things, and so does she. But then she has to explain to me why she got mad, and then I get mad about this. Like last night I just wanted her to have my back. It was so stupid.
Oh my God!
It was a fried chicken issue.
Fried chicken.
And all I wanted her to do was have my back.
Wingstop is now Thigh Stop because they ran out of chicken wings, so now it's called Thigh Stop, and they came out only today only. It's Caribbean jerk. So then like he called me like, no, you have to do it through the DoorDash only, and he's like, okay. So he's DoorDashing it, and then DoorDash comes with all the food. So we're all grabbing the food. We're already starting to eat, and then he's like, where's my chicken? Where's my chicken? And and it was like 9:30 at night by this point, And I was like, and all I said was, I could tell he was hangry.
Yeah.
I was like, I could start eating my chicken, and I was gonna say, just make sure that they didn't charge you. Maybe I was getting ready to say that, and he goes, just have my back. And he starts throwing the bag.
I wanted to be like, yeah, fuck DoorDash.
Yeah. I was like, I just went.
See,
ew.
Well, so just side note, I have a really great jerk chicken recipe. I'll send it over here.
Let's go, team. Let's go.
I'll send it.
Yes,
I'm
let's
not even
go.
allowed to chop
I got you.
onions.
Let's go.
I'll send it. It's out of one of my patients is from the Caribbean, and she had this like Jamaican cookbook one day. And I'm I'm getting older.
mess.
I'm getting older, clearly. And I love cookbooks. Like I freaking love them.
Share your
So I
recipe
bought
with
it
me.
immediately. Like I bought it immediately because Ricky loves jerk chicken. Like loves it to like loves it.
We've
And
been
so
in the same koi for a while, so he's obsessed.
okay, yeah. So I bought and I asked her, I was like, now seriously, you're from the
from
Caribbean.
yeah.
So like, is
worth
this
its salt?
worth it?
Yeah,
And she
yeah.
said yes. Every recipe in this book is worth it.
It's legit.
And so I
yeah.
made the jerk chicken and I put it on the charcoal grill.
Please.
Stella.
People that have never had real jerk chicken.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what I learned? Because I've been I've been all through the Caribbean, and it's like tacos in Texas. So you'll go here, tacos are one way, tacos are
Okay, yeah.
And the Caribbean, it's very similar, where you'll have like these guys use a scorpion pepper. We were talking about that. There's several peppers in that they are. It's West Indies, right?
Yeah.
Through the evolution.
Yeah,
A really close
yeah.
friend of mine, he is the liaison for tourism to the Caribbean, and he lives here in Houston.
Can he help me out? Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Awesome.
100%.
He knows lots of people.
Oh, that's good.
Not a lot. Y'all were on TV.
He knows the right people. Okay, he knows the right people.
So what I learned is if you have really good, fresh, homemade, it's very similar to having anything that's like what we do, like fried chicken in Texas, that kind of stuff. It's similar to having it good there, but there's so many different styles, right?
Yeah, there's so
So
many
many
different
different
styles.
styles.
Yeah, so this is a Jamaican
And I like to
recipe
just
for
get it
sure.
all.
Like
Is it black pepper? What kind of pepper is
it's
it? Do you know?
it's Scotch bonnets.
Scotch
Scotch
bonnet?
buddy. That's what we were thinking about. That's what we were thinking about.
That's my favorite pepper.
That's
That's
what I
my
was thinking
favorite
about.
pepper.
There you
It's
go.
a Caribbean pepper.
Yes,
Caribbean
that's the one I
pepper.
was thinking about.
So I keep them in my refrigerator because the recipe book has so many recipes and they almost all call for Scotch bonnets.
You're a G. You're a G. You eat Scotch bonnet.
Yes, right.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight
They
up.
have- it's like an initial hit and then it's a little linger. So it's like a lingering heat.
Yeah.
This is
It's
the
so
the
good.
fundamental issue that Ellie and I have
So
had that
good.
almost cost our relationship is everything that I eat super hot.
Yeah, she does.
She
And her
doesn't
family is so bland. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
her dad will be like, "This is spice line. I didn't put nothing."
Yeah.
in
My
it."
dad will
is
eat
nothing
jalapenos
on it.
and stuff.
But
It's
but
just
you don't
Russian people don't eat spicy
they don't
food.
eat spicy food.
No.
Yeah, like
I
I
get raised like that. And then
I remember
even if I
doing something
eat
with
something
you.
that's
Love
yummy
spicy.
here, it's not even the problem. It's
That was
going
the acid
in.
reflux?
Like we have like
Yes.
GI issues as
Yes.
a people.
Okay.
Well then I mean
As a
also if you're
people.
It's true.
and also
It's true. Look it up.
if you don't grow up on it,
That's true.
if you don't like you get that heat in you, you're like
You're like,
Yeah.
what is this?
like you're like ready to
I
like
don't
burp
like
it
some
out.
of it. I don't like the taste, depending on what kind of pepper it is. But even if I like it, like even
Love
like
the
a
peppers.
like a pepperoni, even sometimes like I eat it. Obviously, it's not spicy, but even my whatever.
Yeah,
It's like,
your esophagus
yeah,
is like getting burnt
feels
up.
like acid reflux.
Yeah, sure.
And all
Yeah,
that jazz,
Sure, that's a
so.
possibility. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
I
my
love it, and I
fault.
have acid
It's not
reflux.
my fault.
I just keep eating it.
I'll
Oh
send
my
over the
God,
recipe.
Googling
Please do.
Persians
Please do.
No problem.
have
Be my best friend forever.
gastrointestinal
Absolutely.
issues.
You will be like right there next to Superman on the refrigerator. It'll be an Ashandra magnet.
Oh, Crystal's already up
I
there.
love it. I'll just send over the book.
on your shirt.
But I'll send over the recipe now so that you can try it, and then you can buy the book.
My hero.
No
So I
problem.
wanted to share with you
Yes.
a little present, nothing major.
Well, you know, I love gifts.
One of each color.
Oh my God!
They're beautiful.
Like it?
I love them. Where did you get?
I
She
designed
designed
myself.
them. Yes.
I have a side hustle, of course, a multiple side
Oh my
hustles.
God, you're
Med
always-
Merch
I told you
USA.
she don't quit.
Yeah, and he's like, it's just enough. You got to pick it. I was like, I'm not. This is like fun and it's creative. So yeah, so we made this little med merch, med merch, and so we did dentistry,
pretty?
optometry,
They are.
nurse practitioner, RN, audiology, of course.
Yeah, of course,
So check
yeah.
out my phone gripper.
Oh my
Isn't that
God,
fun?
Ellie, this is so
So
cute.
cute, right? So it's high quality, like enamel, like
Yeah.
enamel stuff.
So I wear Beyonce on my
wait, what?
on my lapel. Yeah, I have an enamel pin that's Beyonce.
my God, are you serious?
And she's doing like the Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Like the
I think I
Michael
know
Jordan
what
with the
you
mic in the hand,
Yes,
but
I
she's
know
like
what you're
leaping
talking
like
about.
Michael.
Yes.
Like I wear her, and then I wear like
add
this.
to
I love it.
you can get one to-
Absolutely.
is that-
I'm
what's
gonna
the
get one
other
to Dr.
doctor's
Azim.
name? Azim, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I don't know who else gets one. I don't know.
Well,
that's why you keep it for yourself.
On your
I
lab
can't.
coat.
I can't. Like I just can't. Let me do
rotate 'em out. Rotate 'em out.
It looks like a Jordan. She's like Michael Beyonce Jordan like pen. It's so dope. I love it. And everybody always asks me about it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not telling you where I
Beyonce
got
jacket
it.
pen.
But if they ask me about this, I'll tell them.
So we, for dentists,
awesome.
besides tooth,
I
what
love
else
the
could- what else?
cardiologist. I love the cardiology one.
The cardiology one's
I
really
love
pretty.
that
It's
one.
an anatomical heart.
Yeah,
And
it's beautiful.
really
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Like
It's like a
red
work
and
of
blue.
art.
It's my
and all
favorite.
that?
No, it's gold.
okay.
But the top,
beautiful.
The aorta kind of is turned into flowers.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
that's
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. I
So
love
if I ever decide to have Dr. Monica on the show,
Awesome.
She'll get one of those.
Awesome.
yeah.
Isn't she
That's
a friend
great.
now?
Yeah, that she has to have a creative outlet though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of my thing.
I
Like,
see.
besides the Persian
I see.
wedding,
I see.
I'm kind of like
Yeah.
not semi-retiring from the Persian wedding stuff, but I have a couple weddings coming up.
There's like she
That's
had to
very
have
loud.
that. Like
Yeah.
she can't.
I see. I see.
I have to
now.
have the
There's-
creative outlet.
it's-
like if she doesn't have
Like
that,
I
then-
try to have some creative outlet with the way I design this office.
everybody
Just having-
comes in and says,
you know.
"This is the most beautiful
But
office
that's-
I've ever
but-
been
but
to."
when you were done with this, it was like that's
Yeah,
it.
it's over.
Like
I need something to keep going.
Yeah.
So yeah, we designed pins, phone grippers, and those medical jacket like reels, the badge reels.
yeah,
Badge reels.
yeah.
We're coming up with other stuff, but for now,
I love
think it's fun.
it. I
Thank you.
I'm so proud
Babe,
of
can you
you.
show my website?
I love it. Like I love it. I just think that's awesome, and I'm
you.
so happy to add one of yours to
I'm
my
like-
my white
I'm like,
coat.
rep my website.
I love
See,
it.
isn't that fun? Hold on, where's the? Yeah, those
my
are
goodness.
pharmacy,
Yes.
Yes.
optometry,
I
general
love
doctor,
it. MDs, DO.
DO, gotta represent DO.
What is,
Oh,
what is,
there's
the,
the
what is the deal
cardiology.
again?
doctor of osteopathic medicine.
Yeah,
I saw DO this morning for the first
did?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was really dope.
yeah. I love. Yeah, Dio's.
Yeah, she's going to be my new family medicine doctor. She was
Yeah, cool.
amazing. Because my family medicine doctor, my one
Retired?
before, no, she moved. She
Yeah.
moved.
I hate when that happens.
And she didn't like. I'd really like to see other black female
Yeah.
physicians just because they get what we go through. They get our
yeah, yeah.
bodies.
Oh, tell me about it.
And so I really wanted another black female, and they didn't have one to refer. So I reached out to my girlfriends, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this doctor's
her name?
amazing,
Give her
Dr.
a shout out.
Robin Moore." Robin Moore
Moore?
in River Oaks Medical Center. She's
I'm gonna shout out to my
cool.
OB-GYN, Dr. Nicole Cole.
Oh, Nicole, you go
You
to
know
her?
Yes, I love her.
That's
I like
good.
literally we're friends on Instagram too, and I'm like, Dr. Cole, I haven't had my mammogram yet, and I'm like 42, and you ordered it for me last year, and then you ordered it for me this year, and it's ordered like literally last week. I messaged her because like I have a friend that like
Had a scare.
no, it's not a scare.
No, she has cancer, breast cancer.
Yeah, it's bad, and like that scared me,
That's
and
her?
that's why me and Jennifer are okay. There's Robin Moore.
There's Robin.
And just so you
Dr.
know,
Moore.
we'll do pop-ups so that way we'll have
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
But yeah, so then I messaged her on Instagram, and she's like, the order's still good. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm getting my mammogram
Great.
on Tuesday because I'm getting
So wait, how do you know Dr. Cole?
So Dr. Cole is a name that floats around just as far
you know
as
she
like,
wanted
the
to be on Married
doctors.
to Medicine.
Did she really?
In the middle of a, no offense, Dr. Cole, in the middle of a yearly, she's like, "Why didn't I get chosen?"
Oh wow.
I'm like, I don't know, my legs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can we talk
Stir
about
up here,
it?
stir up there.
Do you think I'm not fun enough? I'm like, it's probably because you're not trashy. No offense.
No offense to us.
Well, she's like so like refined, like super, like she probably doesn't even say one
right.
cuss word.
So that's
that's
the thing. They had to have color.
A
Like
little
that
bit
was
of,
the
like,
issue. They have to be colorful. Like
Yeah,
you like,
like
it's
a little-
very like and be willing to like
Energetic.
interject and
Yeah.
get into conversation. If you're not that way, you won't make it.
won't
Like
make
it's
it.
just too much of personalities in one room.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "You got something to say?" And you're like, "Not really."
And then you get cut.
Right, and then you're cut. Like that's what they're looking for. They're looking for
my
people to be
Honestly,
like,
and I think Dr. Erica would have been more colorful come second season.
"Oh no, I think," and I
Yeah.
think after she would have gotten through,
Her-
like the Derek and whatever
Yeah.
that his job, whatever. Like
Yeah.
I think she just needed to like warm up because I
Yeah.
think that she has a bunch of personality
Yeah.
that we just didn't get to see.
Yeah, I really think if we would have had second season, all of that would have.
Yeah, I really
I would-
wish. I really, really wish that they would have just given us,
Yeah.
and you and I have talked about this
Yeah.
1,000 times. I really think that they would have gotten so much more
Yeah.
out of Houston if they would have just
Yeah,
given it
more
one
of a-
more season.
Yes.
Because between the multiple different friend groups that like we would
Yeah.
have brought to the table,
Right.
you would have been like, okay, you could have these 3, these
Yeah.
4, these 2,
I mean,
these like it just
yeah.
would have been able to have just
Like we
so
also
much
started
more
developing the
content.
friends. Like there's a girl, Tasha. Her husband's he's not a dentist, but what's an MD that does dental stuff? Dental surgeon.
He's a dental surgeon?
Yeah,
Maxillosurgeon?
So that's what he does for a living, and then so she's always hashtagging Married to Medicine or everything. But she's a crazy girl from Louisiana. She
Okay.
was so
Is she
good.
from here?
Wait,
Yeah,
she lives here?
Yeah, she lives here. I met her just because, like, we get to meet
Yeah, you
like
meet
random people
Yep,
that
meet
or
people.
friend you on Facebook.
Yep,
But then
meet
over
people.
time,
Was she at the party?
or even Dr. Lilia.
No, she wasn't at the party.
Dr. Lilia would have been really good too.
Oh, she would have been good too.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like, to add to the
Yeah, and I think it would maybe some of us wouldn't have made it
Yeah.
through season 5, right? It's always like
Yeah.
changes
and that's
or whatever.
fine too.
But I think
as
that
a whole, just like representing Houston.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I
Honestly, know through social media now how it's easier to put things on and get people to view your content. We could do it ourselves.
Well, I mean, we've
and make it just.
I mean, I'll talk about
And
it
then
now.
too,
We've
like
been
Ashandra- like
we've been
Ashandra-
approached multiple times by production companies. Whoop, whoop.
Not to
And
toot our
it's
own
because
horn.
society, everybody has cameras now, so they can tell the real from the fake.
Yep.
What they want is real. They
Yeah.
want real,
True.
and if they
Yep.
just let you be
True.
you, it's way more interesting than them trying to force you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why
yes.
what we're doing now is super interesting. People are gonna listen. People are gonna hear it. It's just hard to get people to listen to an entire hour
We're
of
back,
the content.
bitches.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you chop it up, but over time, people hear things and they grab that out, and that becomes the new. Like
Yeah.
the Baylor College of Medicine. Once this girl now, because of podcasts, they didn't know that she had the tinnitus.
Oh yeah, we're getting
So
referrals from
Baylor College
Oh,
of
yeah.
Medicine
Oh,
randomly
yeah.
somebody heard it and they're like, she's licensed to do what? And they're
She has additional certifications with tinnitus.
Yeah.
So we're getting referrals from.
Great. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's so much opportunity,
Yeah.
and that's what people, when people were like turn their nose up initially, like they were like, why would you? And I'm like, and I say this all the time, and I will say it today. I went on the show. Me and Ricky went on the show knowing that I was the only African American cast member, and we went on the show knowing that what you see on TV is black women beating other black women down and whatever,
And you
right?
too.
And I was like, yeah, so
Show a
that's
different
not
side.
our story.
Yeah.
And so we went into it knowing that wasn't our story, and we knew that we had the relationship that we wanted to show
Yeah,
to
a
other
beautiful
people,
family
right?
dynamic.
Yes.
Absolutely.
yes.
We're not perfect. God knows we're not perfect.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, we're
But show
blended.
something more positive.
Like, it's not the perfect story either,
Yeah.
right? Like, we didn't
Yeah.
meet each other in high school, and
Yeah.
both of us go to college, and we're college sweethearts too. And like, no, it was like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm
Real life
divorced.
story.
I have a 5-year-old. You with it or not, right?
Yes.
Like, what's up, right? Like, I'm 30, you're 30. Like, if
Let's
you
do it or
yeah,
not.
2 years later, married, right?
Yes.
So it's like, I feel like there was so much more to show, and I feel like Houston still has so much more to show.
And Houston's
Then let's
one of the most
do
diverse
it. Let's do it.
cities.
You know,
let's do
like-
it. We can make this happen.
like, I don't see why.
And then too, you know, just to sum up that you said that's so
Yeah.
true,
Sorry, babe.
and it's another one of those facts moments. It's because those networks are all run by old white people that have no idea what people want to watch anymore because it's not 1950 and you can't grab it by the pussy and get away with it because people have video cameras. No, they're not.
just a cat.
They're not in
I
touch.
was referring to a
They are
cat.
not in touch with
No,
what
they're
people
not.
want to see. You
No,
know
they're
who-
not.
You know
No,
who
they're
is?
not.
You know who is?
Yeah,
These
we
guys
are.
right here.
So
right?
it's so funny
We got
that you say
so
that.
much love for being so
yeah,
diverse.
right.
Yeah.
And so I think that the other piece of that is when I don't know if I ever told you this, but it was during one of my confessionals,
Okay.
and what was the Asian producer's name?
Paul.
There we go. Paul is asking me, so you don't really have anything to say? Like, you don't have any feelings about, I don't remember what it was. Like, I don't remember what it was, but I was like, no. Like, I really did not care. Like, it was a true, I do not care.
moment.
You can't make me care about this. Like, whatever. Like, and he was trying to, like, drag me caring out of it. And I was like, so this is what I know you're trying to do.
Yeah.
I was like, what you're
That's the
trying to
problem.
do.
We're too smart for that show because we knew what they were trying to like. They kept trying
Bait you. They were trying to bait you?
and also just
Yes.
like almost in a stereotypical way.
It's 'cause
right?
they didn't want to know you. They typecast
Yeah,
you,
they're-
for it, and they
yeah.
expected
And
you to
then-
do a certain
so
thing
I
that
was
you weren't
having
doing.
beef with the producers, not with my castmates. Which
Yeah.
like I should be having beef with my castmates for good TV, but I'm like mother effing you. All, no, it's true.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, damn, they should show this.
Yeah, yeah. So I literally told him,
would be
I
good
said,
for them.
I said, what you and all the people who pay you
Yeah.
expect from black women
Yeah.
is cussing and fussing and pulling each other's hair and throwing bottles. Because guess what? What you make more money than I do when we do that.
Do that.
But what
Right,
that
right.
does is it damages my kid to go home and tell my kid why I did that.
Yeah.
But I don't do that.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
was like, you're so used to black women behaving in that stereotypical manner that I was like, what you really do is you have me fucked up. So I don't like. I'm more emotional about talking to you about
Yeah.
the stereotypical TV
Dark season 8 on
personality.
American Medicine.
Yes,
right,
I was like-
right,
Dark season
right.
8 or 9.
I was like, I'm so irritated by this.
And I'm
like,
tired. I'm
And
tired
but
of
so they're
seeing it.
also
I'm so
playing the
tired
game.
of seeing
I
it.
guarantee they're not trying to act like that either, but they're just going to play the game because they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars a season.
They are, yeah.
And let's talk
absolutely.
about Tamar. She actually tried to pull away from that, and they
Yes.
were like,
and they were so
"You're not-"
mad about
yeah,
that.
they were upset
And so
about
then
it.
she went into
Yeah.
a depressive state, and then she
It-
tried
which
to
is-
kill herself.
Right.
So I was like, because she was
'cause
like,
you're
they're
not being
trying
authentic.
to make me something that I'm
I'm
not.
not.
They want me to be
Yeah.
loud talking, the sister that's always
Yeah.
mean and nasty and rude, and I'm really
it's
not
just-
that. And I was like, why do you get joy out of that?
Yeah.
So
It's
then he was like,
crazy.
all right, that's fine. It's fine. I was like, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I don't care. I don't care about whatever this is
What's
that you're asking
Tamar's
me
last
about.
name again?
Braxton.
Braxton. Yeah, I was like Tony's sister.
Braxton.
but-
I was like, I hate that for her
The Braxton
because
family.
yeah, the Braxton family. Like it's just so sad to me that that's.
My friend said
And that's
Crystal
the
looks like
reality.
Tony Braxton.
Oh,
"Oh, they are too kind."
Oh, baby.
I can't tell you who. You probably get in
Because
trouble.
honey,
You probably get in trouble.
did you see her recent Instagram post where she's like in like a string bikini?
No, show.
Girl.
Please show. Please. Oh,
I was
do
like,
I aspire to be,
I was
honey?
like, if I can look like her,
Tony Braxton, really?
yes, I got
let me just
She's
look.
How
Let me
is-
just
find
look.
it.
Is she like
Is that
backwards aging?
is that cosmetic
No,
surgery?
that's
or is her,
Tamar.
Oh, I was like, what?
is her face that perfect or is that
No,
cosmetic
Tamar,
surgery?
Tamar is really
She's- and
beautiful.
she's
Tamar is really beautiful. She may have gotten something
Yeah,
done.
she's
but,
admitted to
but
doing just a
Just a
little.
little
There's
bit.
nothing wrong with a little.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
You
but
still look
she's,
like yourself, but
yeah, I
enhanced
think
version.
she's done a really good job
'Cause
of
Tony's
her
in her-
minor cosmetics.
What?
You see that?
What the? Wait. No, that's not her with the platinum blonde.
Is it
No.
platinum blonde short hair?
Who is this?
Tony Braxton.
Tony Braxton.
in a
Ignore the
bikini
cracks.
on her
Ignore the
Instagram.
cracks.
But
Tony
that's not the
Braxton.
one I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
That's not even the one I'm talking about.
No?
This one, girl.
Oh, let me see.
She makes me sick.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. Sorry, Coco.
Yeah,
Sugar, honey, iced tea, baby.
she's like 50.
Look at that bikini. It's a string bikini.
Like
Oh,
it's
child.
just dumb.
Oh, and then her
Tony's
hair.
like, I don't know. Scroll,
Oh.
no, scroll one more.
No, one more.
Keep going.
Like, oh yeah, do it on there.
Keep going, because she is
Put it
just
on
everything.
there.
Ellie,
It's the
your-
black
Put it on
Versace
there.
robe.
Your Wi-Fi
That
is letting
one.
us down.
That one,
Up.
not that one.
No, up.
Up to the left.
One row, go up. Right
That one.
there. And then do the one with the net one next to that.
Girl,
That's Toni
Shoot.
Braxton?
Yes, girl.
Do you see that,
Look at it.
Wait, where have I been?
girl?
Exactly.
Do you?
Look at that. Look at her. Go to the next one. Go to the next one.
Damn.
Stop, Shane.
Yeah,
Go to the
Stop
next
looking.
my
Yeah,
bad.
he keeps on looking. And Rod,
Hey!
and if I catch
Realize
Rod,
he's looking.
look, if I catch,
I forgot that his screen is
Look.
looking at that screen.
and if
Do you
Rod
not see
looks
how
at that
gorgeous
mess,
she is?
isn't she beautiful?
Like
Ooh,
she
Lord,
talk about it hasn't
honey.
aged.
Yeah.
No, and she looks fabulous.
Yeah, there's certain people that, and
Fabulous.
I feel like there's a certain people that just get better.
The other
with
way.
time.
The
She
other
has
way. Go the
actually
other
gotten
way.
better
Go the other
too.
way. She has. She has aged like a fine wine, baby.
Speaking
Go
of
down.
wine, speaking
Go
of
down.
wine,
Oh, fine.
Right
fine
there.
wine.
Right
speaking
down.
of
That
wine.
one.
I'm like, speaking of wine.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Oh, damn, that's
Look at
beautiful.
that.
Today's wine.
Today's wine is brought to
Today
you.
is today's wine.
It's
Sorry.
brought to you by.
It's really good though.
Fost. Fost is I can't say one of my favorites because I don't just readily grab a $50 bottle of wine off the supermarket.
But it is
But
fantastic.
it is one of my favorites at this price point. I think it's $50. Yeah, $50, $55, something like that. Yeah.
It is very, very
Here.
good.
So this is a 2017 cab by Fost, and it's delicious. We always
Delish.
do. We agree that we like it?
Oh,
yeah.
yes,
It's
honey.
very good.
Yeah, so
It's very good.
you can find it at any grocery store. Well, I think pretty much on the top shelf. Just not in West Texas because their top shelf is a $10 bottle.
One thing that I like to ask, especially successful women in the world, for little kids watching that want to be a dentist, that are they're aspiring to be a dentist, they come from a similar background to yours because it wasn't easy to get to where you're at, regardless of your circumstance, much less if there's additional hurdles that you have to jump over. What advice would you give that little girl that's like, I want to be you?
Yeah.
So I think we should all want to be role models, right? So I think that saying that you have someone to look up to is important. But never want to be me. Be the best version of you.
Yes, I love it. Facts. I love it. Facts.
Okay, I'm gonna buy that damn button. She's gonna have one.
It's also easy, and it's gonna like write the word
So much from her. I'm just like, oh my gosh, so liberating. Oh my God.
Good. This was good. I
Right?
really enjoyed having
So
you.
just be
Yes,
the best
me
version of
too.
you. And this is the thing. The only hurdle to your own success is whatever hurdle you put in front of yourself.
Okay.
So for me, you're going to have things that are obstacles. You're going to have things that are going to slow you down. The path to success is never straight. It's always got faults. It's always got curves. It's got doors that will slam. And so you have to be creative.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to accept when it hurts. Because I think one of the things that we struggle with is the acknowledgement of pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even where we're at right now, we're already successful.
Yes.
We still have, you have hurdles like small direct club trying to get people
Absolutely.
to, I have
Absolutely.
over the counter hearing aids.
Absolutely.
Being
We're not
thrown
threatened.
at because we're just price gouging people and trying
Absolutely.
to rip everybody off.
So they say.
So
Absolutely.
their hurdles
Yeah.
will never end. The hurdles
Yeah.
will never,
Will never end.
They're gonna keep
And so
trying
you
to
have
come
to
at
know
you.
that the hurdles are coming.
Yeah.
And you have to know that the hurdles will hurt. You're going to know that there's going to be a lot of pain before the pain ends success. And for me, it's important to know that there should be people that you aspire to be like. But
Yes.
I don't want anybody to ever say, man, I want to be just like Ashandra.
I'm sure there's people who
Yeah.
really look up to you who like are impressed by you, probably even
And I
Yeah.
value that.
Yeah.
And they don't even know how motivating that is for me.
Yeah.
But what I want those same people to understand is that what I went through is in what we want for our people who look up to us is to not go through as much as we went
Yeah.
through. So reach out to people,
Yes,
ask
yes,
yes,
questions.
yes.
Don't
I'm
think you
always-
can do this on your
You
own.
can
Yes.
DM me on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
At,
I think we're gonna
at hotdoc.com. You know?
Doc.com.
I gotta get off Tony Braxton's Instagram
Yeah,
for a second.
I
I love the Houston. I
The
love that
Houston
Houston.
represent
Yes.
Houston.
I love that.
I think that
I love
shirt
that.
says Siri play bank
Play
screw.
Screw? Yes, I
Siri
love
bank
that.
screw.
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
that.
Hey, and since we got you here, can you settle an argument for Ellie and I real
Sure.
quick, if you don't mind?
Sure.
So when dinner hits the table and it's you and the dude, right?
Okay.
And you look over at the dude and you say, "Baby, do you want to try my food?" Are Are you literally just doing that so you can eat his food, or you do genuinely care if he tries your food?
I never offer, but go ahead.
I'm like, shit, do I offer? I don't know if I offer.
At least I offer.
See? So
I
that
don't know
means
if
she
I try to
cares.
convince them it's because
That
I'm
means she
Persian.
cares.
There's something called tarof. Everybody look it up right now. Tarof. And it's a problem that Persians have that you have to offer. If you don't, it's considered rude. It's just innate. I can't help it. I'm sorry. And he thinks I'm just trying to connive my way into his food.
and-
Granted, I still want a bite of your food regardless. Yes, possibly a little bit of that in there.
Yeah.
However, it's just
But
a
she
nice
cares.
offer.
So
You're welcome.
She cares.
So-
Facts.
So I think
Only Ashandra uses the facts button.
Yeah.
You can't use the facts button. You can't use the facts button.
It applies. It
It does apply.
applies.
I'll let you apply.
Yeah.
So I think that if I do offer it to him, it's a genuine offer.
Yeah.
It's not because I want his. I'm just like, yo, this is so good.
Yeah,
Like, please.
you want them to enjoy what you're enjoying. Like I truly, I'm like,
Yes.
I even get it to where the bite has like a piece of
Yeah, like
everything on there.
everything.
And I'm
I do
like,
that,
now
too.
eat it like right now.
Like I'm like
right now.
Like I put it on his plate
Yeah.
without the expectation, because sometimes I'm like damn near full, or like I've had appetizers. I'm like, I'm not even
Give
gonna
me
eat
a
all this
couple years.
anyway. So I don't even want what you have. I'm just like,
Yeah.
this is so good. So it's like shrimp with
Gosh,
like
I gotta
all
work
the
on that.
things.
I gotta work on that.
But
Because I'm
it's
just like,
not-
ooh, this is so good.
Is that?
How's yours? This is so good. You doing okay over there? This is really, really good. I'm just 1 year in. I'm just 1 year in.
Oh, you're 1 year in?
1 year in, yeah.
That's
so
cute.
so
That's so cute.
I'll work on it, babe.
So here's another one.
Just kidding.
Here's another
just
one.
kidding.
Here's another one for Ashandra. When people find out what you do, like at like a family get together or just like a function. So say we were all out to dinner and you're meeting everybody's dudes for the first time, and everybody, and they find out what you do and they start asking you dental questions.
It
Is that
happens all
annoying?
the time.
Is that annoying?
Yeah.
Or is it good or bad? I wouldn't say annoying.
So-
is there a part of you that's like, really?
I expect it. So I think probably, years ago it probably annoyed me just because it was like, why do they do this? But now it's like, I expect it. I
you look at my ears?
also appreciate that they're maybe asking me something that they wouldn't have asked their dentist, or but then they're like, so can you? And I'm like, I can't.
No, but
They're like, so right here I have this, right? And I'm like,
you're probably going this, huh?
yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know what that is. I used to tell them, like, I used to go through like this whole like diatribe, dentist like, oh, so maybe it's the. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to make an appointment in my office for me to tell you exactly what that is. And then they're like, oh, okay, thanks. Yeah. So I like
I need X-rays.
Yeah,
yeah, there you go.
yeah.
I need an audiogram.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah,
an
right.
Wow.
So yes, does it happen? It does. I don't even consider it offensive anymore. I do tell my patients that, actually are coming, like, I don't work for free, but I clearly still work for free.
So Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart?
Oh, Dave Chappelle.
All day, yes.
About that.
There's not even a question.
He's our Richard Pryor.
He is a genius.
When he was coming to Austin,
Yeah.
I was trying to get him tickets because he's
He's
such a
our
fan.
Richard
but,
Pryor.
I was like, don't spend the $2,000.
I would've.
I would love
Ooh,
to see Dave
man.
Chappelle.
Hey.
but it was like a.
But in the
it was
middle of the
'cause COVID,
pandemic, where they're
yeah.
literally only selling
It was
100
bad.
tickets to
Yeah.
something
It
they
was
would have sold
hard.
50,000 tickets
Yeah.
to,
Yeah. Can
I
and they're
just-
like $2,000
can I
for.
just-
And you have to have like a negative COVID
Can I
test,
just
and
say
then the
this?
whole
Can I just say this? In case it ever arises again.
You're going?
hashtag bonus.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
So
Got it.
So I've seen him live in person.
I have to. I saw him in
man.
Dallas.
I saw him
I
years
saw Kevin
ago.
Hart.
Years ago.
I saw him get Kevin Hart.
Kevin
Did
Hart's
I see you at that concert? Because
It's a
I was like
different type
third
of
row,
comedy.
and I feel like somebody like reached out to me,
I was
like,
in the floor seat.
but-
for Kevin
yeah,
Hart.
and somebody reached out to me.
It's a
from
different
that.
type of comedy.
But if you're going to
to
spend the $2,000 to go see one,
Dave Chappelle.
yeah.
it's gonna be Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dave
hands
Chappelle.
down.
He
He's
is just.
They're both
he's in his
revolutionary
own
though, in the way
cat-
that their comedy is. There's like
category.
no walls.
They are.
Yes.
Like Kevin Hart's latest special. Now there's a difference. Like I was on like at least 500 milligrams of edibles when we saw that special. So it was like extra. It was like extra funny, but it was in the middle of the pandemic. It was in the middle of the pandemic, and he was talking about the things that everybody's thinking. And if you haven't had a chance to watch that Netflix special,
I'll have to watch it. I'll watch it.
he
I'll
does
watch
it at his house.
It's funny.
He's
I
like,
watched it.
I-
Hilarious.
So
He's
I
like,
didn't think that one was that funny.
I didn't see it.
Maybe it was the edibles. I should
He's
revisit.
like, who's checking that COVID in here?
Yeah, revisit.
Him and his wife are there chilling.
Hey, Ellie and I had that same conversation.
Yeah, he's
like, I
like-
got the vid and I got positive. I'm like, what the?
I didn't bring it. You got it. I don't even have it.
It's because you didn't get tested. I'm the only one that spent the $200 at the time to get tested.
We broke up right after that, so.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It was a hiatus.
Anyways,
We're good now. We're good.
Pass.
It's fine. It's been like 10 months.
Pass.
fine.
Pass.
Back.
Pass.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Moving
know.
fast.
Good.
We talked about this. It's good.
Love you.
That was me getting in touch with my emotions.
Yeah.
And what it is, what it boils down to is
Y'all think. Like,
when the person that I'm gonna say is my person forever, if that person tells me, regardless if it's a pandemic and we have no idea if we're gonna die or not, when you're sick and you're like, I can't risk it because I want to close my office down, I'm like, motherfucker. Listen to what I'm fixing to tell you. I'm laying on the couch.
No, he didn't show his vulnerable side. He just had a fever. And he's like, I'm totally fine. I'm like, I'll bring you stuff. I'll do this. I'll do that. And then I was like, but I gotta go because I have an office to run.
Wow.
When I tested positive for the vid, I think it was over. For
No,
me.
but see, he didn't tell me that until after the fact.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, see?
Ricky and the littles were positive for COVID. Yeah, I went to work
Lord
every
have
day.
mercy.
Like I literally tested
I know.
every other
Yeah.
day to make sure that I wasn't positive. Well, because I was
That
going to
dental
work.
world, you guys got it.
Yeah,
hard.
that was crazy.
But
at
you
that
know,
time,
like it
right?
hasn't been any outbreaks in the dental office. Like it hasn't. Like we are not like a hub.
Yeah.
No. Y'all got it hard in the sense of like having to close down.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sucked
that was
terribly.
crazy.
Yeah, it was terrible.
How long were y'all closed
6
down?
weeks.
Shoot.
We saw emergencies 2 days. Yeah. But I mean, thank God. Like,
Yeah.
So did you
Yeah.
push to open back up? Like, were you on
No.
every website, CDC?
Nope. I had a very serious conversation with God on the second day of us being closed. And I told God, I said, you know, if it has to go and this is how I have to close it, you will have something better for me. If not,
Man.
then when I come back, you will make this bigger and better than I've ever seen before. And I'm going to trust either one. And when I tell you that was my prayer,
Did you have Dr. Azim?
I did not have Dr. Azim.
So
It was just me.
wow, so bigger and better.
Yeah. So I was like, if you bring it back, that's what that's what you were gonna do.
I'm like, look, you're about to cry.
Yeah. That's but it was
amazing.
it was
Yeah.
and I was very, very serious and sincere when I had that conversation with God. It was the first time that I've ever been home on a Wednesday. I remember the day like it was like night. I literally was sitting out and I was in like a because I just moved into that house. So we had no furniture.
And a brand new house.
And a brand new house, way bigger, all this other, and I'm like laying in like a zero gravity chair. And I'm laying with my kids in the pool and they're playing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never been off on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Unless it was a maternity leave. And I was like, all right, God. And I had that conversation and I was like, whatever is your will,
Let it
I
be
will be
done.
happy.
Yeah.
I'll be
That's
happy.
surrendering. That is surrendering.
And God
Not
said,
to
okay.
preach, but hey.
No,
Yeah.
that is facts.
That's real. That's real talk. That's
is
real
facts.
talk. Yeah.
And so because of that, God decided what He was going to have for me and my family in the practice, and
look at it.
literally,
Look
no,
at it.
for
Now
real,
you've
restoration.
no,
to
for
that.
real, for real.
Yes.
I know, like seriously, like, thank God.
Yes. Thank you.
You know what it was? It was
Fancy seeing you here.
You have to say it.
I'm so
Yes,
sorry.
do it.
It's so cute. It was fancy seeing you here.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you
Absolutely.
so
Loved it.
much. Thank you.